All right, I heard I don't care. So yes, we are now live. I hope you're having a good day, everyone.
Hello.
How long ago
It's
did you
me.
actually start playing / DMing / being interested in D&D, Derek?
I can tell you exactly, sir.
Oh my goodness.
Because it was streamed, my first ever game, which wasn't a good idea. So June last year was my first ever played game, and then we. Oh no! Wait, no, that's not right. 'cause
No, that's
we
not
played
right at all. We played with Gish, remember?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. Do you remember when
And
that
then
was?
I did art of it, so I can probably find when I posted that.
No.
I think it might have been before I had my Patreon, if it's not up there. Yeah, I think it was before I had my Patreon. It was when I was first starting doing art streams. So that would have been 2 years ago, in like somewhere between March and May.
It still feels like no time at all.
Right? When?
There's just so much stuff out there. I don't know what do you guys feel like you know D&D RPGs like inside out, and like how long did that take you?
I mean, I know D&D close to inside out mechanically, right? But
yes.
But like that's just because that is my thing, right? I will just like learn a system and just like really dive deep into it. And
does that include like monsters?
Some of them, right?
Settings. I saw somebody tweeted. Oh no, wait! Did you guys see there was a D&D survey? It was like D&D Beyond sent a survey out. I was nerdy enough to do it, and it was like, "What's your favorite setting?" And I checked Forgotten Realms because it's literally the only one that I know. I've heard of Eberron, but I've never played it or seen it. But I was thinking, well, shit, there's all these other settings that, like Planescape, I've heard of and is like popular, right? And I don't know, man. There's so much out there.
Also, okay, I just need to say, hi, Jelly. You're being quiet, so I'm just gonna say hi.
Hi,
how
Jelly.
you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm good. I was just listening to you guys talking. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
I looked it up. I created the party action shot on June 6th, 2018.
Oh man.
What?
So it was probably May of 2018 when you first played D&D.
I'm still a noob. I still don't know what I'm doing.
I think you're doing great though.
Well, thank you. It's I don't know. There's so much out there. I still don't know the rules, but also I still don't know like most of the settings, like most of the lore, most of the history. There's so much stuff. Which is why I think if I did D&D again, I would probably do homebrew, just because then it's not like study, it's like creating stuff, which sounds a lot more fun to me.
Well, I mean, that's part of why I like playing something like Blades, because they don't give you a lot of like in-depth setting lore. They have some, but most of it's like suggestions, like here's a tag for this planet. What does that mean to you? Like, I was playing Scum and Villainy, and each planet has like a couple of tags associated with it. Like, there's one that has like research facilities and it's militaristic. What does that mean? You decide. And I think that's kind of cool. Like, it gives you prompts for how to make your world. Another thing you could always do, especially if you're doing like something sci-fi, is you could use like the Stars Without Number world generation tool.
Yeah.
To like make a random world, and it does something kind of similar where it'll say these factions are on these planets, and they give you different planets with different tags again, like different features or whatever, and you just go from there.
It seems like that must help quite a lot, because otherwise you're just like sitting staring at a blank page, like where on earth do I start?
Yeah.
Like having prompts for that kind of stuff probably helps a lot.
Some people like obviously, especially if they're into writing or world building or whatever, they might already start with an idea. Like they're like, man, I really want to do something heavily political, so I want to have like all these different factions incorporating these different places, or they'll be like referencing like a good piece of media that they're really into. Like they're like, let's do something that's like Lord of the Rings inspired, or let's do something that's like The Witcher or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think like people do that kind of thing as well.
I have like
I know
a
you said piece of
friend
media, but
who
Sorry,
just
go
like
ahead.
pulls stuff entirely from history. So like he will just think of like, oh, this region in that time, and then he will like create a fantasy version of everything with different names, pretty much,
Okay.
and just do that. And it's very interesting just to see like, oh yeah, France, but with elves, for example, right? Instead of humans, right? Yeah. And I think at one point, I think his Burning Wheel campaign that I was part of was he took the visuals of like Aztec culture, right? And all that, and essentially planted that into like a fantasy version of the Holy Roman Empire.
Huh.
So he just like mixes everything, and it's really cool in the end. Yeah. Anyway, hi Phil.
Hey, Phil.
Hello.
How are you doing,
How are you?
my friend?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm glad to hear that.
I've had a pretty good week. I've been painting lots. So I hate painting poxwalkers. Just putting that out there. If you Google poxwalkers, they're Warhammer equivalent of zombies. And yeah, I just hate painting them. So I had to paint 10 during the week. Took me 8 hours.
Host.
Yeah.
There we go. Hosted.
Dude, I'm like close to done with my Sisters of Battle, and I just have like the cherub and then like 2 models that are reserved for like assembly and painting with a friend of mine. I'm just like, I
Yeah.
don't want to paint that cherub because then I'm not going to have any more to paint.
I just bought Mortarion for the Death God. If you Google him, he's a beautiful fucking model. But I bought him, and it's accidentally going to my girlfriend's address, which is in Manchester, which is completely locked down. Woohoo! So
God.
I've emailed them and said, please send it to my house rather than her house because I won't be able to get it for like a couple of months.
Right.
But it's a big expensive model. It's like a foot tall, maybe. It's pretty fucking awesome. But yeah,
Also-
I've run out of things to paint pretty much Tuesday.
paint the
Right.
walls.
Like,
Red.
Epic battle scenes on the walls.
Paint the town red.
Also, I just saw like in the game itself, just the gravy mechanics now has like the Emery art on it.
Yeah, I was guffing about in Roll20, and I decided it's important, it's vital that all of the handouts have pictures. So I went
Okay.
for pictures on all of them, and
Yeah.
yeah, I just love that one, so I put that for the
It
gravy
is
one.
great, absolutely. Also, wow, what was it? We are in a jam. Yeah, just it's great, absolutely great.
Did you ever notice that Asarak's the bad guy and his name's Asarak?
Whoa!
It's such
He
an
would
ass.
be mad if he heard you say that.
It's a good thing that no one's gonna tell him.
I happen to know somebody that knows him actually, so look
Look
out, kid.
Oh damn! I'm sure I'll be fine.
He's not. He practices forgiveness. He's a
Yeah,
nice fellow.
yeah, man. Can be bribed with pizza.
Kind soul.
Sure.
But we're only on our first warning, so we'll get another warning, and then we'll get
Well, yeah,
sacked.
there you go. Isn't that
then-
something that a nice guy would do? Would he
Yes.
give you warnings if he wasn't a nice guy?
Yeah.
He's not going to kill us. Like, you only get warnings in jobs. Like, I've
It's
only
like-
ever. You know.
It's like having a sign outside your house saying "Beware the dog." You know, it's just a courtesy.
Yeah. It's not beware the dog. It's like, hang on a minute, I've got a dog. Don't put your hand through the fence. You know.
Most people don't even bother to make a poem. Like he wrote a poem for his, and that shows he has an artistic soul that he forged himself.
I'm reading it in like a Three Little Pigs style voice.
Okay, that was nice. That was nice there.
Crushed together from 1,000 other souls of artists that he trapped and tortured.
That is official lore now.
Only like Justin Bieber and Kanye West and stuff, like the ones that sold their souls, are like still alive and famous and stuff.
I am totally not taking down notes for the Bart game, by the way.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, he has an artistic soul on a shelf in a jar. And the body is a zombie that he uses for his own. Cleaner.
The soul's a little blob in the jar, and then there's lots of little canvases like that are soul colored. Like if souls are like kind of a green ectoplasmy color, like there's just loads of little canvases and like guitars and stuff in the background made out of soul. Oh, and he only plays soul music. Oh, I had to get that in.
Writing down that Phil thinks souls are green. Going in the DM
Depends.
notebook.
Depends. Could be blue. Depends on the purity of your soul, doesn't it?
Okay.
Some people talk
okay.
about auras and stuff like that.
So you think there's color coded? What's a good soul like?
I'd say blue, maybe yellow.
Blue,
Like
blue
golden.
for okay.
Blue for a good one.
Blue
Gold
for a
for a
good one.
really good one.
Gold for
Green for a kind of like
premium.
Shitty. Mildly shitty.
chaotic
water.
neutral.
It's kind of
Like,
like water.
chaotic
you're
neutral.
kind of an asshole, but maybe you also saved an orphan, so you're green.
Yeah. I do what I want, but I don't burn down
I
orphanages.
feel like you could just like take the colors of lightsabers from old Star Wars and just use that.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Luke Skywalker was had by far the best lightsaber color. He's not like some kind of mid dude, mixed soul.
I mean,
What
he
color was
also
his
used
lightsaber?
more than
Was it,
one
like, blue-green?
color, so you know.
Yeah.
I was also gonna say Derek maybe isn't the best, or Snow are not necessarily the best judge of colors.
Are they not?
Yeah.
Did he not have blue in one
Also
film and green
true,
in
yeah.
another?
Yeah, he made his own, and then it was green. He was using Anakin's. Come on, mate, watch your Star Wars films.
Yeah. Yellow's the best. Yellow's the best one by miles.
I mean, I think purple is the best one for a
Fuck yeah, I
lightsaber.
agree. Purple is the best.
Purple's the best, motherfucker.
Okay, so I'm writing down souls are like lightsabers.
Perfect.
Like red souls, obviously evil.
Okay,
day
so
someone's
you
gonna
wield
find-
them for ultimate battles with your dad.
They're like purple souls are chaotic evil, red souls are like neutral evil, dark red souls are like lawful evil.
Red is definitely chaotic evil. Purple's definitely lawful evil. Come on.
You think?
I think
Yeah.
like it's either lawful evil or chaotic good, depending on the actual user. I think.
I just think like I've never played chaotic evil in my life, but I would just said that purple.
Only shift
I
deal
don't
with
know. It, just,
absolute.
it feels like red or black or something. I don't know. Like purple has like some cool tones to it. It has like a soothing thing to it. I could see it being more lawful than red. Red is like chaos and vibrance and doing what the fuck you want.
I would
Okay,
love to
so
see
I
a
want to
black
know one thing,
lightsaber. It
right?
would be so cool.
What soul color would you give Ava?
Ooh.
Turquoise.
I could see that, yeah.
I was gonna say
what
hot
about
dog.
Aldrich?
She's chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
She tries to do the right thing, but she also will do what she needs to do to get the job done.
Yeah. Okay. What about Aldrich?
I would say blue.
I really thought you were going to say like black, like a shadow or something.
For Ava? Or for Aldrich?
For Aldrich.
Well,
What
because
did you say, Phil?
I said blue because his eyes are blue.
Remake.
Okay, fair enough.
And your eyes are the window to your soul.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Oh, is that how it works? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then
got
Ava's got to be blue
shit
too
brown
because
soul.
she's got blue eyes.
Oh, Gravey's red then. Okay.
What would you
It's 'cause-
actually say? I'm quite interested actually in this. What would your soul color for Grammy be, Snow? Do you think?
like a pooey brown.
Wow.
Like,
Poo-poo.
I feel like it would be like fairly like light purple, I think.
Okay.
Just because she definitely wants to like do the right thing, but her means are questionable sometimes.
You mean poison?
Yes.
Of
It's in her
course, it
name
will all
already.
be perfectly
Grow.
fine. It'll be fine and safe, and you'll keep your souls in your bodies, and none of this will be important at all at any point. And even if you do die, your souls will just be they won't be tampered with. It's fine.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
totally.
I'm sure it's
You're
all gonna be
fine.
good.
Actually, you're fine.
Actually,
Jesus, you're so good
Did
at
you see
doing
that,
that. My goodness.
Did you see that I'm banning basically from my stream because I feel like I meet a lot of people in real life that say, well, basically, and then proceed to
Yeah.
talk about the thing that they're going to talk about for 40 minutes, and I'm like, I understand. But you need to
Basically,
use it
Phil
as more of a
doesn't like the word
TLDR. Well, no, it's stuff like literally or actually or genuinely or honestly. Like,
I feel so called out right now.
I use essentially a lot. Where I'm like
yeah.
every time
But
I
I'll
catch
say, like,
myself, like, oh,
honestly,
God.
yeah.
Also
But
use basically a lot.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, I made an effort as a teenager to stop because I said it so much, basically. And I made an effort to stop because I met some kid who was quite annoying. And it just sounded so condescending when he said it. He was like, basically, like, let me dumb this down to a level that you'll understand.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I made a lot of effort to stop saying it. It's
Yeah,
hard,
it doesn't
though.
add anything to your sentence. You are saying a big word at the start of the sentence to capture the person's attention, and then proceeding to talk about what you were going to say anyway.
The reason I use it is to convey the idea that I'm talking about just the essentials. It's actually more complicated than this, but if we distill it down into the essential points, this is what you need to know. So that's
Yeah.
why I use it.
Yeah,
If you want to sound
And-
really, really fancy, you say quintessentially.
I mean, what this has told me is that I'm gonna have to find I'm gonna have to bang a thesaurus to find
But
some
you just-
alternatives to basically
you just don't need to say it. That's the thing. I was like thinking it doesn't add anything to the
But
sentence.
it's so
at all.
hard. Like, it's the same with
Yeah.
and R and whatever. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
hard to get rid
It's
of
like
them.
I swear a lot, and I've been trying really hard to stop swearing because it's a Geordieism from my dialect. Everyone says like all the time. I'll say like at the end of the
Or
sentence.
like,
Yeah. So I'll be like I'll just be saying something, and then at the end of the sentence I'll say like for no reason. It doesn't add to the sentence. It doesn't emphasize anything. It's just it's a colloquialism. Boom.
I say like and sort of a lot. I think it's not actually colloquialism in my case. It's like nerves. I just
Yeah.
want to like I'm saying something, but I want to like subconsciously, obviously, I want to add in like
I
the
wanna, like-
possibility. Like, I'm not sure about this. I think it's this, but I'm not sure. It's sort of
Yeah.
this a little bit. I don't know. Don't kill
No.
me. Sorry.
My God, Dirk, I want to like. You know, it's like, oh my God,
Real
I
reason.
like it's just yeah.
I'm a valley girl.
Without having the Valley Girl accent, it conveys that. So it's just because I've been working with a bunch of people that like there you go. Like they'll say, oh, so basically what I want you to do is, and then give you a list of 20 things, and you're just like, fuck me, man. Like just
I mean, that's like just misusing
not
the
basically.
word.
yeah, basically. Oh well, obviously, and it's like that's condescending stuff. So
Yeah.
sorry, I don't mean to be like a grammar Nazi or anything. It's just one of those things that was just like that's my current pet peeve. I think I need to
Fair.
pull a thing that is a pet peeve every now and then, and I just think it makes you sound more concise with what you're saying if you don't put basically or actually or literally. Because you know what you're saying.
If you hear people speak that just don't have these, it sounds so good. They just like choose precisely the words they want to use. I love it.
Yeah, dude, like
So
I'm,
precisely.
I'm like currently working on getting rid of like maybe and all those like very like unsure words, right? From my like everyday use, because it's just like I will automatically say them, and then I just catch myself like, this makes me sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
Also, Derek has now put like into like my radar, and so when anyone is using it, or when I'm using it, now I'm just hyper aware
Yeah,
that it's being used.
Yes.
I was playing Skate a couple of years ago with some friends. I don't know if you ever played that game, the skateboarding game. You use the dual analogs to do kickflips and stuff. And we were making fun of like how everything is a such and such air or a such and such grab, and we kept on saying it was like just making up stupid. It's like a watermelon air, and we said air so many times that the word lost meaning, and it was actually hurting me to hear it. It was hurting my ears to hear the word air, and we stopped from that point onwards for a good couple of months. I didn't say the word air.
Fair. I mean, I can't remember what happened. I think I was trying to spell something, and I kept like trying to sound it out, so I was like saying it over and over and over and over again, and then it just stopped becoming a word.
That's always really fun to do. It's so strange. Take any word, just repeat it over and over to yourself, it just loses all meaning. And you're just like, wait a minute, this is just a noise. It's just a vibration in the air. Why does it feel like it has intrinsic meaning?
What is language?
No one even knows what
Intrinsic.
What is language anymore? Right?
I think it's a nice little revision of the way that you speak and stuff. If you actively look at things that people are saying and the way people talk to each other in language and stuff like that, because I think you can, not to say that anyone doesn't sound smart talking however they want to talk, but I just think because I'll just sit in silence a lot of the time. I know that sounds weird because I talk a lot, but I'll just sit in silence and watch other people's streams. And if I notice someone saying basically a lot, I'll be like, I have to turn the stream off because I can't bear to hear the same word over and over again. And that's when you kind of like, you'll go into revisions on how you're speaking and stuff. I think it's just it's a weird thing to actively look at, but I think it's interesting because, and then if you start to remove words like that, and like you say, Stanley, attack a thesaurus, then like you're gonna just sound cool pulling words out of the dictionary, like anti-disestablishmentarianism and pneumo-ultramicroscopic silicon volcanic.
Whoa!
Oh, by the way, like we were talking about like dialects and accents, right? And that reminded me of something that I found, which is this dialectsarchive.com, and I feel like that is such a useful tool for D&D players.
Oh, probably so. I've had that recommended to me a couple of times just for like voice acting stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, just wanted to mention
Is Jelly
that.
back?
Is Jelly back?
I heard a badoom.
She's muted.
Hello, sorry.
Yay!
Hello! Woo, we have a Jelly!
Is it me I'm looking for?
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
fine.
don't have to.
I mean, if your internet cuts out, then it does, right?
Oh, it's typical, isn't it? All day at work, it's been fine. And the second I get to do something fun, it's like, nope, sorry. Can't
Because
do
everyone's
that.
finished work and logged on to Netflix.
Yeah, probably.
Can't have you do
Okay.
that.
But I'm here now, so.
Awesome. Well, I think since we're already 10 minutes late, I'm just going to say, well, I'm going to pause my music, let you get yours in, Derek, and then give the word to you.
Alrighty. Recap. Having stormed inside the compound of the Red Wizards like...
What about that, like, last time?
Ah, yes. Excuse me, it's been a couple of weeks. Pardon me. Phil, would you care to do the honors?
Last time on Tomb of Annihilation.
Having stormed inside the compound of the Red Wizards like total badasses, the group conducted a tense negotiation, eventually managing to strike a deal to work together with the Thaans to enter the Tomb of the Nine Gods, in exchange for pooling their respective puzzle cubes together so that between the two groups they had all 9. And so it was that the group set out for the tomb, alongside Zagmira and her summoned elemental, Dyrax and her terrible steed, and Orvex, recently made young again by Zagmira's dire necromantic rituals. On arriving at the tomb, both groups began searching for the entrance. Our heroes discovered a narrow passage to the east which contained statues of Omu's animal gods, 9 in total after they discovered the hidden statue of Unk, the flail snail. As they approached with the puzzle cubes in their possession, braziers. I don't know which one was bras and which one is the metal things. Braziers.
Braziers. Braziers is the fire one.
Thank you. Beneath the statues, lit up in magical flame, Ava then caught Orvex trying to secret away a pendant in the shape of an eye, which he eventually begrudgingly showed her, making no attempt to hide his hatred for her. The group then discovered 8 puzzle cube-shaped indentations in the rock wall to the north. Ava sent her zombie minions to insert the puzzle cubes one by one, having reasoned that the cubes should be placed in opposition to the enemy of the respective god, as written in the strange riddle scrawled on the obelisk's surface, and in the allegorical tales that the group had discovered throughout Omu. The dubious honor of placing the 8th cube fell to Orvex, as Zagmira insisted that the Red Wizard should be the first to enter the tomb. He was immediately trapped by a huge stone slab which descended behind him, blocking his escape, and soon after, as the slab rose again, he was found dead. His newly necromantically rejuvenated flesh melted from his bones, and so it was that Orvex was the first to be slain by a deadly trap guarding this baneful place. Zagmira then lost her patience and ordered Dyrax and her conjured elemental beast to topple the curious stone obelisk that stood in the center of this place. Despite the group's warnings, when the obelisk cracked, it released a demonic monstrosity, a Nalfishni, a fearsome, porcine, Tuscan denizen of the abyss, which had been imprisoned in the obelisk. Tearing down the obelisk also drew the ire of the stone gargoyles that had been tasked to attack any that harmed it. A terrible and deadly battle ensued, in which first Dyrax and then Zagmira herself were gruesomely torn apart by the Nalfishni. Their distraction proved just enough for our heroes to survive, although it was far from certain at some moments, particularly for Aldrig and Vossi. But survive they did, and in fact it was Aldrig whose strange, smoky, shadowy magic seemed to most effectively harm the great demon, and Aldrig who was able to fire the final shots that brought the foul being down in an explosion of dark energy and rancid, sulphurous viscera. The obelisk's horrendous secret unleashed and defeated, our heroes now stood just outside the tomb, searching for an entrance to this awful place, which only those with incredible bravery would even dream of entering voluntarily, for surely such a place can only mean death. Death, death, the shrieks and wails of 1,000 deaths. Such a place reeks of death, feels like death, death which hangs in the air like noxious gas, which echoes through the halls and in your mind, death which weighs on even the boldest hearts and weakens even the strongest resolve. Death which traces your every move and waits impatiently for every ill-judged action, every misplaced step. Death, which comes for us all sooner or later, and most probably sooner in a place like this. And after all, what better place is there for the dead than a tomb? The
of Annihilation.
So, let's let's do character recaps.
I didn't
let's do
hear
a
you
little bit
quite
different
right.
from normal
I'm
this
sorry.
time because you all leveled up at the end of last time.
Like, do we actually have our levels applied?
Yes. Well,
Oh.
I think we talked about last time that probably the first thing you'll do is try to get a long rest.
Yeah.
So I think we all mechanically did all the levels between sessions, and in a sec I'll give you all the XP and stuff.
Okay.
So let's start with Aldrich.
Hello, I am Aldrich Murr. I am an angel baby, and I am playing an ASMR Warlock Protector, ASMR Celestial. We're helping people here.
And what did you get on leveling to level 8?
Oh, I got the sandwich because I was quite hungry. No, I got I can't remember. You know, I think I got I can't remember.
It's okay.
I don't think
We did
Warlock
this
gets a lot.
a couple of weeks ago.
I think I got a stat increase, which means I am now 20 charisma as opposed to 18, which is that's a +5 to my Eldritch Blasts.
Nice.
I do a minimum of 6 on each one, which means I do a minimum of 12.
Coolio. Next up, Helby.
Hello, I play Helby, who is a Beastmaster Ranger Forest Gnome. I got on my leveling up Fleet of Foot, which is very fun, using my dash action on my bonus action, and I picked up the feat Fade Away, which means I can go invisible as a reaction, which is very, very, very fun.
Excellent. And also your Velociraptor companion,
yeah.
Bossy, did also
Leveled
level up.
slightly.
Got a bit more HP.
Yep. Doing well. Well, she's not doing well at the moment, but yeah.
Cool. Next up, Gramy.
Hi, I'm playing Grainy, who's a tiefling physician rogue. Red tiefling. A lot into alchemy. She recently.
Muted in Discord.
Yes, it's
Am I
muted.
mute?
You're
Oh
muted.
my
You're
God.
muted. No, you're muted.
Thanks. Thanks. I'm just gonna keep talking where I left off before I unmuted myself on Discord. So, she's very much into alchemy, and she recently had the Divine Eye of Gond turned towards her, which is why she now has a level in Knowledge Cleric.
Awesome. And next up, Ava.
Hello, I'm Estini. I'm playing Ava Windreaver. I am a half-orc Tempest Cleric. What I got when I leveled up was I have Divine Strike, which means that whenever I hit with a weapon attack, I can deal an extra 1d8 thunder damage to the target. And I'm also blessed by the gods. I'm so lucky now. So I have luck points.
Awesome. All right. There's a tiny bit more housekeeping to do. There are now a couple of macros. I can't remember exactly which ones. Probably just one extra that you can see. It's called. Please don't roll it, by the way. It's called So You Died. This is essentially like a random introduction for your like backup character. So if your character dies,
Oh, that is fun.
it'll just like roll some. They're all super quick. So like essentially, if a character dies, we'll get the next one in like really quickly afterwards. We don't have to like have a big narrative introduction. They're all kind of in your face, like immediate strange things happen, and the character's just there. So
Okay.
that's what
Can I
that's
have
for.
another
But
character
please
sheet, by the way?
Yeah, sure.
Because I've just had another idea for a character. I had
We're
the
probably
idea a
gonna
couple of
need
weeks
them.
ago. Yeah, I had the idea a couple of weeks ago, and it's based on Varus, but it's not Varus. So
Okay.
Also, I
Also
see,
Macy
I
virus
see
again.
a suspicious pun damage macro in there.
Yeah, I was messing around with rollable tables and macros and stuff. So yeah, this is if anybody makes any horrendous puns, then we were even thinking about like if
who even
Aldrich.
does that though? Who even does
We were
Actually,
that?
thinking
but
if
don't hit my
Aldrich.
pun AC.
I was thinking even if
But,
Aldrich takes 1,000 pun damage in a session, then you get advantage. I was thinking, but we'll see how it goes. So you also got 3,210 experience points, which I don't think are on your sheets yet. You've done the levels, but not the points, because I needed to tot all that up. So off we go.
Can we even open the door? Like, how do we get in? Orvex is dead. Everybody is dead. I'm just like standing there with like glowing blue eyes and golden wings, totally like nonchalant.
Is this after our long rest, by the way, or just?
So that's kind of up to you guys. I would be totally okay with just saying, you know, we had time to do a long rest and come back. If you want to, like, you know, use the time to quickly go straight into the tomb, or like if you want to do rest scenes, that's also cool with me.
If we want a pre-rest thing, where it's like Aldrich has wings, I'll just land because I was like hovering a little bit off the ground. I'll just land and fold my wings away and turn them off, and then just be like, "How do we get in?"
Can I make a religion check on seeing Aldrich like that?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not very good at it.
Do you
It's only
want
my proficiency
advantage?
bonus, but 18.
Okay. Do I need to give you information?
Yeah, go for it, man. It's a ASMR thing, right?
Yeah. So that's his. You know that he's a protector ASMR. There's 3 different types. There's protector ASMR, which is the good ones, generally considered the good ones. There's a scourge ASMR, which are like neutral, and there's the fallen ASMR, which are the bad ones. And everything about him screams Raven Queen. So
Okay. I think there's just a moment of like Ava, like she had nearly been murdered by that thing. That thing had just appeared in front of her, and then you, Eldritch, blasted it before it could attack her. And she turns back and sees you like gently lowering to the ground with your wings. And there's just like a moment of like her holding one of her wounds and just like staring.
Since when can you do that?
I've always been able to do it. So there's nothing special.
You're an ASMR. Huh.
Just
I
kind of
thought
looks
you
at the ground and shakes his head.
thought you were a human.
I am so tempted to ask for a roll to see if I know what an ASMR is. I just said ASMR, heh?
It just leans into the microphone and goes, "What do you get if you rearrange the letters of postman?" Really annoyed.
Session's cancelled, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Okay, I probably know what that is. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure how we get into the tomb, Aldrich. But I think what is clear is that after this encounter, we should all get some rest. And try to figure out what we're missing.
Oh. And I will like just lift your hand from your wound. Just take a look. And well, just do my thing.
Okay. I'll let you. Before we settle down for camp, I want to get Gromuk back.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast Animate Dead to get Gromuk back. I'm going to send him to get Orvex and pull him out of there, because I want to see if the trinket that he had is still on him. It
Okay.
didn't get melted by whatever gross acidy mist he got covered in.
Okay. Yep. Gromuk shambles over. Doesn't like nothing. No gas bursts onto him or anything like that. I think from where you are, you can see there's not an obelisk in the way anymore.
Right.
You can see that the puzzle cubes have been now pushed out. So they were essentially like lying, some loose on the ground, some on top of Orvex's horribly melted corpse. And yeah, Gromuk drags the remains of Orbex back.
I'm going to carefully look through and see if I can locate that necklace with an eye. I'm going to tell Gromuk to go get the puzzle cubes.
Okay, yeah, Gromuk does that. Heads back, starts gathering them, and in the meantime, you do find this eye necklace. He's Orvex carrying some other stuff as well. If you would care to loot.
I'll look. I'll loot. I will absolutely loot. You do not have to ask me twice. I mean, we should loot all of these people.
I think like just that's pretty much it. I'm just going to like bandage like the wounds of Ava, like put some salve on her, and then just just walk over and start looting pretty much, because you don't waste
there's
resources.
3 people. There's 3 people I think that are lootable. There's this
Helby
lady.
Yeah, she's gonna go and loot her.
the other one, Orvex, and yeah,
And that's it. I think it's just them. I mean, the demon could have something on him.
I mean,
The demon does not have anything on him. The others have a load of stuff on them.
Okay, cool.
So I'm gonna just kind of combine all this together, just like loot load. So as always, if it ain't on the sheet, you haven't got it. So please write stuff if you're taking stuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna write my necklace with an eye, just so I have that.
Yep.
This is why Aldrig is perfect, because I just don't write things down, and the kind of character that he is, he just doesn't pick things up.
So Aldrig, they both have spell books, Zagmira and Dyrax.
Okay. I checked through them
Zagmira,
for any rituals.
yes. Oh, do you only want the rituals? Because that's easier for me, actually.
Yeah, I only want the rituals.
Well, we should still take the spell books
shit,
and then like sell them
Yeah.
if we ever get back.
Out of character for the stream.
I'll get back to you on that. Going through all of their, it contains all of their prepared spells, essentially.
Out of character for the stream, I have the Tome of Shadows for Warlock, which means I can take rituals from scrolls or any spellbook or anything like that, and I can cast rituals. So it's a ritual caster feat, but Warlock, and it means I get cantrips and extra spells and stuff.
Yeah.
So you find a few. You find those 2 spellbooks. You find a bunch of other stuff that seems magical in nature. Firstly, the necklace that you, the pendant that you picked up, Ava, seems to have some enchantment to it. Zagmira, kind of no longer around her neck because she died by like a huge bite wound at like collarbone/neck, so it like fell to the ground next to her at that point. So there's like a slightly bloodied, like golden, it's like a bangle-shaped necklace. Seems magical. Orvex had a sword with some kind of magical-looking inscriptions on it, runes. There were... Okay.
Is it like a
There were.
long sword or a short sword?
I was just looking at that. I forgot. I think it's a short sword.
Oh, then Grammy should have it.
Okay, I'm
It's
just gonna-
finesse, which I think means,
Yeah.
Yeah,
means
Gravy
short
take-
sword. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna write down magical sword for now until we get to identify.
Finesse sword. Magical finesse sword, write that.
There are also 2 spell scrolls. There's a couple of arrows that seem. There's an as yet undetermined amount of arrows that seem to have some kind of enchantment. It's 4 arrows. There are they both obviously have like standard spell component pouches. There's a pearl worth 100 G. I'll copy all of this in chat in a moment.
Okay.
Pearl worth 100 GP. There's an eyeball encased in a kind of light green translucent gem. There's 150 GPs worth of powdered silver, and there's a few alchemist supplies. So I'm gonna copy all of that.
I call dibs on a lot of that, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah. It's a lot of stuff that's good for spellcasters, which makes sense because they're the Red Wizards of Thay.
Yeah.
Can I
There's
bag
also
the
a bunch of-
enchanted arrows?
I mean,
Yeah, go for it. You'll need to identify them, which takes. You just got to kind of sit with them during a rest for an hour or so.
Okay.
I
cool.
mean,
At the moment,
out of character, I'm going to inform you that I technically do have access to identify now.
Cool. You
But
can
I
help
don't
me
know,
then.
does Eldrick have access to identify? Because
Yes.
if we know that, then that
Yeah.
probably goes to you if you don't have a pearl yet.
I have a thingy of thing. Arcane focus. That removes the need for stuff.
Not for everything.
Yeah, so you would
Yeah,
still
you
need the
you
pearl.
need one for
and,
identify.
You know, that's probably
Is it
goes
not
to
that component pouches, arcane focuses, and holy
Only
symbols
if
remove the
it
need for
doesn't
things?
cost anything.
you. Exactly.
If the spell component doesn't have a value, then yes. If the spell component has a value, you still need it.
Okay. Just because I know you need like a pearl worth X amount of gold, but the components aren't consumed. We might have just house ruled that 4 years ago or something. So fair enough if you need the components and stuff, but
yeah, because it's meant to be like an obstacle. Like one of them's an expensive diamond, and then like some DMs might run it that you need to do a quest to get the diamond and that. Sort
what
of
about
stuff.
what about casting as a ritual versus casting as a spell?
You
Then
still
because
need...
I've been casting it as a ritual.
You still need it.
Okay, well, let's give you the pearl so you actually can do that now.
Okay.
Right. Another question.
Yeah, this is all I'm saying.
Derek, another question. Is alchemist supplies alchemical components or the actual tools?
It's the stuff that you need to use the tools.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm
It's the
just
stuff
gonna
that you have to
say
buy otherwise.
if you intended for me to use anything, that is way too little. Because essentially there we go.
Basically, though.
Basically, though, what I need is what it gives me is an opportunity to create concoctions for half cost, right? So this is worth effectively 6 GP if it's just free. Like a standard healing potion I would need 25 components pretty much.
Oh, this is not GP worth. Yeah, this is uses. There's 3 uses.
Okay, then I'm gonna write down
You can
75
so
because that's the...
when it says this. Well, I mean, it's whatever is easiest to remember it. But when it says that, I'm meaning like it's 1 dose worth for each that you have. Because it's not a gold value. It's a usage.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Then I
Sentimental
will
value.
write down 75 because that's effectively the same. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
So 2 of you have identify, and there's rests coming. So let's just do this all in one go with the magic item identification.
Yeah.
So
Ava, powdered
has-
silver
who has
between
what?
both of us, or
I mean, you could pass the pearl back and forth.
yeah, just like powdered silver between Ava and Grammy, maybe, because
I mean, I don't think I need powdered silver. For
Okay, then
anything.
I will take powdered silver.
I mean, if I need the powdered silver at any point, I'll know to hit you up.
Yeah. All right.
Who has put the golden bangle ship necklace on their sheet? It was on Zegmir, right? Okay, so that should be on Helby's sheet. So
Yep.
you write that down.
Phil, I'm gonna whisper you what these 2 spellbooks have.
Okay.
Phil, can you also please put the spell books on your sheet just so we know that they're there?
Okay.
Thank you. Can anyone use spell scrolls? I mean, they're probably arcane spells.
I think I can.
Should
Okay.
we do the identification bit first, and then you know what you have, and you can figure out who,
Sure, I
wants-
just
who
don't
wants
want
what?
people. I don't want people to miss any of the items. I'm just worried about that. But okay, yeah, let's do it.
So the sword that Orvex had, the short sword. Can you see this now?
It's cursed.
Perfect. Perfect. I want it.
It is.
But here's the thing: you identified it, so you are not necessarily attuned to it yet.
Not, yeah, I'm assuming not attuned, just identified.
Yeah.
What is it? A short sword?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have disadvantage on attack rolls made with weapons other than this one. In addition, while the sword is on your person, you must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw whenever you take damage in combat. On a failed save, you must attack the creature that damaged you until you drop to 0 hit points, or until you can't reach the creature to make a melee attack against it.
I can totally get rid of that curse if you want.
Oh yeah, casting banishment on the sword forces the vengeful spirit to leave it. Yes, please.
I can't do it
remove
until after
curse.
the long rest, though.
You could use remove curse so that you don't have no banishment. Because we can't take like 2 long rests. You know what I mean? Have
I
you
mean-
only got 1 of that spell slot?
So like,
I've got
okay,
2 now.
let's say we're like
Okay.
at camp, right? And we find that out. Do you say anything, Ava? Or
Oh, absolutely.
Just hide that it's no, it's totally fine. Yeah, you can use. Here you go. This is one for
I
you,
mean,
Grammy.
here's the thing: I would not be identifying the sword. Someone else has cast it.
Yeah. Also,
So- Go ahead.
to be fair, you could just 2-hand the sword
Is it versatile?
every attack. Is
No, it
everything not
isn't.
versatile?
no?
No.
What? It sucks. Put it in the bin. Throw it in the lava. I will have cast Identify. Unless it requires material components, then I don't.
You have a pearl now.
Oh, okay. There you go. I did it. Whee!
So it sounds like you
So we
can get
know
rid
that
of the
it's
spirit, Ava.
Yes, I believe that I can. Not today. Let me look at remove curse. Because obviously I have more level 3 spell slots than I do level 4.
Can't you just like hold it in the air in front of you, then change to your short bow and fire an arrow into it and dupe it like 1,000 times, like in Oblivion?
Okay, so
And then you
remove
are only
curse
attacking with that weapon.
only does this. Basically removes the attunement so that the creature is no longer cursed. However, if I banish the sword, then it's no longer a
banish the
cursed
spirit.
item.
Yeah,
Right.
fair enough. Fair enough.
So hold on. How much does attunement need in terms of time? Do I need to attune it before
A
we
short
do
rest.
this?
No, you don't have to attune to it before this, but you may as well
Right. Okay.
because I'm gonna have to do it at the end of our long rest.
Okay. Yeah, then sure, I will attune to the sword while I pray.
Woo! You're cursed, Grammy. You're cursed with a spirit of vengeance.
You are attacked in the night.
This feels. This feels so icky.
Great. I'm sure it will be fine.
Shall I carry on with D&D Christmas?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
The spell scroll, the arrows are +1 arrows, Jelly.
Cool.
The spell scrolls, there was a spell scroll of Warding Bond and a spell scroll of Cloud of Daggers.
So I think Cloud of Daggers is at least one that Aldrich can use because it's on his spell list.
What? Scroll?
The Cloud of Daggers you can definitely use. I don't know about Warding Bond.
I don't think I have Cloud of Daggers. Varys had Cloud of Daggers. I am severely limited in the spell department.
Like, essentially there we go again.
Anyway, because it's a warlock spell.
It is a warlock spell,
Yeah,
so you can use
it's on the warlock.
You can use the scroll, yeah.
Cool.
And then Warding Bond.
It is usable by clerics, so it is usable by clerics, so
Steny can use it.
Astani.
Ava can use it.
Yes.
And unless I forgot something, the last thing was Zagmira's necklace thing. I had a better word for it before that I forgot. Bangle. Neck bangle.
I turn to Grammy and say, Grammy, do you have any glass files?
Of course. What do you need? What?
I need some glass files, please.
How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's a third of my supply, but sure, if you need it.
That's okay.
Please.
Maybe I only need. Maybe I
Please
only
write
need.
them down. Please write them down.
Wait. Maybe I only need 2. I only need 2.
2.
Maybe 3. I will have 3. Yes, I will have 3.
Okay.
And then I.
Here you go, and I give him 4.
Okay, and I go and I get blood from the recently slain humanoid.
I was wondering if you were going to do that.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
Uh-oh.
Alright, nice.
Uh-oh, indeed. Alright.
Nom.
I feel like I totally should grab the necklace for the simple thing of, inhaled poisons.
Ooh.
But yeah, let's leave it to someone else.
You sure? You can have it if you want.
Vedis would have loved that.
I mean, sure, I can have it. I can take it.
Because I've got my trusty dusty helmet at the moment.
Oh yeah, you do. Sure.
You can just spray like a sprinkler of poison and run through the battlefield throwing poison over your head.
Sure.
Okay, you take it then.
I just work with poison, so sure. Oh, God. Okay. Right. I think we're done, right?
No.
No? Okay.
No. There's the arrows. And there's the other necklace.
The other necklace doesn't have a fancy magic item name. It's not cursed. It's radiating divination magic, but its exact purpose is elusive. It doesn't appear to have any immediate effects, but it's definitely magical and not cursed. That's what you get from identification.
Is it something I have to attune with, or no?
No, actually.
Okay.
Right.
And then there's the arrows.
They're +1 arrows.
Okay.
Goes to Helby. How are we dividing money? Like, there's 2 gold pieces extra, platinum pieces extra, if we divide it by 4. Okay, arbitrary choice. Helby and Aldrich, you get +1. platinum piece.
This one on what? Sorry.
You get 33 platinum pieces instead of 32.
Okay.
Go
If
for it,
that's
Aldrich.
okay with everyone. Okay.
But where will I spend it? 33 platinum pieces. Oh my god. Okay.
Who's taking the eyeball encased in a gem, and is anyone taking the component pouches?
I would like the eyeball encased in a gem, please. Thank
Okay.
you.
I'm taking a component pouch.
Cheers. Dirk's been looking at the spell lists. Thanks, Dirk.
Yeah, it's a little bit meta, but like, there's probably no other options, at least for a while. So yeah, I kind of thought I'd kit you out a little bit. And also, you know, they are wizards, so if you need wizardly spellcasting thing, like it makes a lot of sense for them to be a good source of it.
Wizardy, wizardy, boo.
Oh Jesus. Ava, can I like offload some coin onto you?
That depends on how much.
Does Grammy come shuffling over, like struggling to lift her adventuring pack?
Yeah, pretty much. Just like, and I like lift a bag of coins. If I counted correctly, then this is 1,975 pieces of silver.
That's a lot of silver.
Leave it. It is off. It
Well,
is
it's just-
useless.
Look, I'll take 75 out and then 1,900 to you. I'm struggling to carry it at this point.
Let me see if I can carry that.
Leave it. It is useless. Like, what are you carrying around? So many heavy pennies.
How much is
If
that?
it was copper, I wouldn't take it. I'll just say that.
What's
Yeah, it's too
3,000
much for me. I
silver?
can't carry it.
So how
What does it
about
translate
how about
into?
just like 900?
I think you're going to have to find another solution, Grammy.
Ah, jeez. Hmm. Right. Well, I think I will get rid of my longbow.
I mean, you could drop one of your short swords. You don't need it anymore. Or did you already do that?
Yeah, I will just like leave. Oh god, I need to look through this. Where are the
You don't
shots?
need it. Why do you need 3,000 silver? It's just a heavy waste of pennies. If we had the forge cleric or something like that, then maybe they could turn it into some armor. You
Yeah, I
don't
will.
need.
I will drop a short sword. Right. And I like shift my weight and like run back and forth a few times. Okay, no, this should be fine.
Jingling while carrying thousands and thousands of coins. Okay, how are we doing?
Yes.
We're doing yes.
Yes.
We ready? Long rest and back to the entrance.
Back to the Future.
So yeah, everybody, you know, do your hit points, your hit dice, your abilities, refresh, spell slots.
Jazz.
Right.
Question. While we're doing our long rest, I would like to be pondering what went wrong with those cubes. Could I make some sort of like intelligence check?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it just a straight
Investigation, I think, would be closest.
Alrighty. It's that. Ooh. Oh my god,
Okay.
okay. Cool.
So, with absolute surety, because it's a crit, you are confident in your reasoning. So you figured out that there are hidden clues in these texts, in the Legend of the Nine Gods that you've been collecting throughout Omu, and also what you found on the obelisk itself. These were obviously like cryptic clues. Some of them even made some reference to the entrance to the tomb, and you're confident in your reasoning of that. Maybe also with a crit, this is a really sharp, perceptive thing to figure out, but you noticed that you noticed at the time there were only 8 indentations, and that seemed pretty odd. So I think maybe
Well,
you
we knew that there was a hole in the middle, or that was probably hidden by illusion. Because that was the last cube we had put in, I'm pretty sure.
eight cubes went in, and then the trap went off.
Oh. I don't think that's...
Well,
I guess...
you know, you recall that now. Maybe it wasn't apparent at the time, but like on reflection, that kind of flashes back in your mind's eye, which seems strange.
Okay. Because I think we had already figured out that there was probably like a hidden recess for Unk's puzzle cube. So where do we find Unk's puzzle cube then? I guess it would still
This was
be
on Orvex's
his...
person. He was
So...
that was on his,
Okay.
as in being in a pocket rather than lying on top of his person.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think I just spend the evening before we rest, like, mulling on that.
I go out to find, in the last-ditch effort to find useful things, may I go out and try to get some alchemical components and stuff.
Yep, this would be in the morning. I believe you were doing it first thing.
Yeah.
Recently, I can't recall exactly, but yeah, go ahead. Okay, and D20.
And then...
So this is DC 16, this one.
Fuck's sake.
So close. You almost had it. It's just the last moment,
Wait,
like you
wait,
do
hold
the
on,
reactions.
Hold on, that was the wrong thing. So...
Oh, you rolled, right.
Let me just
You should
roll
be,
this. Yeah, it should be +6, so it would be 18 instead of 15.
Okay, so you get it. Your herbalism knowledge almost fails you, but then your what is it? Alchemy is the other component of this. Pulls you through. So it's some small fungal stars, which you distill into a healing, either a salve or a powder.
Mm-hmm.
Has that? You got the thing, right? So you can add one dose of that. All right, and maybe the last time for a while. Today's weather of Chult, rain medium. It's no longer dry, Ava. It's
That's a good sign.
started to rain again.
It's a good sign. I mean, the weather has not failed me yet. Whenever it's dry, something goes wrong.
Yeah, I think like we see Grammy just like come back to camp after her thing, just start brewing, and then at some point she just stops and like stares at her sleeve and just like keeps rubbing her hand over it. Like looks around for Ava specifically. Ava?
Yes, Grammy.
I will walk over and I just discovered I can do this, and I will like just pull my finger over a tear in my cloth and cast mending.
Oh. I'm gonna make a religion check on that to like figure out like, are you a cleric now? I think I just hug you because I realize what that means.
I feel like I look at Helby hugging Vossi, and I'm like, why are everyone always hugging?
It's just like my face kind of smooshed
Beatrice,
against Ava, just like, so what does it mean?
I think Beatrice like makes a sort of gesture to you, Eldrig. Like, I mean, do you wanna like holds shadowy wings out? Like, I guess everyone else is.
I think we look at each other and just kind of go, nah. And like you see Beatrice just looking at us, nah.
Remind me, who is your god again, Granny?
Gaunt.
Gaunt.
The god of craft and invention and stuff.
Yeah. So I think I pull back from you and I say, God has blessed you.
Okay. But like you said, I would have to do something for him. And then I just kind of look down and start smiling.
I do not know how gods choose whom they choose, but they have their reasons. God has seen something in you, and God must approve of your actions.
Well, it's And I will turn around and get to my like alchemy kit stuff. With just
Grammy, before you leave,
yes.
the sword. I must deal with that immediately.
And I will like hold it out, and then just like my hand will just keep holding it.
Yeah, I know you can't let go of it. You're cursed. It's fine. I lay my hands upon the sword and I chant in Orcish and I cast banishment.
Oh damn! Nice one. Okay.
Ah,
So that banishes the evil spirit that was inhabiting the sword
Yeah.
to its native plane, leaving a +1 short sword. Then, Grammy.
yeah. Like I think just the knuckles being like pale, I guess pink because she's red. Like we would see that like the hand relaxing a little bit, just like letting go of the sword for a second. Thank you. That feels way better. And I will grab the sword again.
I'm certain that was not a good feeling, but it should not harm you any longer.
All right. I will get back to preparations.
Please do. Gromuk, can you please take Orvex's corpse over here? And she walks towards Malash and the bugbear.
Yeah, so Gromuk, of course, obeys and drags Orvex over this way.
I'm going to use my other level 4 spell slot to cast Animate Dead at 4th level.
Oh shit! Okay.
I'm raising Vabugbu, Malash, and Orvex.
Orvex. Okay.
Shouldn't have named him
With
Dirk. This is what happens.
You just get killed and then raised as a zombie. That's what happens. So with some sickening, moist crunches, they rise to their feet once more. I'll get setting up zombie Horvex as a character sheet.
Let me rename him.
Moist
As-
crunches is a horrible way to describe something.
I'll come up with a name while you're setting up the sheet if anyone else wants to do anything.
Okay.
I feel like I've overlooked many things, but I don't think it's going to matter because I think I will be dead.
I mean, why do you think I'm raising all the zombies? So they can go in front of us.
I think I'm kind of like already in Aldrich's mindset. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, if today is my day to die, then today is my day to die. I'm sure my lovely blue soul will be okay.
We were talking about soul colors earlier, Jelly. What do you think Helby's soul color would be?
Oh, green, definitely.
Definitely green. Okay.
Okay, I'll make a note of this.
She's all naturey, so
Yeah.
should definitely be green.
Aldrich,
I know
have you
why.
ever tried
I
like
know.
writing poems or something? I think you would be good at it.
No.
Okay.
Just no.
I sometimes write things down in my book, but they always disappear and I can never remember them because my memory is like a sieve. I almost said fishbowl, but that's not the right word.
All right.
Do you write poetry, Grammy?
No. I just was one of those very random thoughts.
Sometimes Beatrice quotes things,
Like what?
but sometimes she just says, quote. It's a very old poem written by someone. I can't remember the name of them, but for a joke, she just says, quote. I'm like, you're very funny, Beatrice. It is hilarious. Someone who is in a better frame of mind might understand what you're talking about, but just saying quote over and over again, and nobody else can hear you apart from me. It's not very funny now.
Is she doing that now?
Just pecking my head. as I'm talking about this, she's just like literally pecking the side of my head.
It is funny, damn you. Peck, 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 peck.
Yeah.
I've got all these cool jokes, and the only person I can tell them to is this moron. Peck, peck, peck.
I do sometimes wish that she could talk to you, but she cannot, so I don't know to say. Again, well, I know you're very artistic, creative with your poisons and things like this.
You could say that, yes.
With alchemy, could you not create inks? Could you not? When this is all over, you could maybe repurpose your skills.
So I could make inks. And I start pacing back and forth in thought.
I have seen people with markings under their skin.
Like tattoos?
Yes. Perhaps you could create the inks that were used in tattoos. This is your... we aren't going to be heroes forever. Waves his hand around in quotation marks, rolls his eyes as he says heroes. You know.
Would you like me to try and tattoo you sometime?
It doesn't work. I would
Why-
like it, but it doesn't work.
Why not?
God, just doesn't. I've tried it before. He like raises his sleeve and he's just like the palest white that you've ever seen, and totally like not scarred in any way at all.
Ah,
Doesn't work. Like
Okay.
after the battle that we've just had as well, where everyone's been beat to shit and he's just like not slept and he's totally okay.
oh, at least you're an easy patient, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like look back at Ava. Is she done yet?
Yeah, probably. It doesn't take that long to cast. It takes a minute to cast, so definitely.
Yeah. What did you
And now I
name
got my
him?
zombies.
What did you name him?
Well, his name is Rock now.
What does it mean?
I don't know. I can't find the same generator anymore
Okay.
that has meaning.
A rock where I am from is a big bird.
I think I'm going to change the token, actually. I'm going to give him just Orvex's token.
Please do.
Just to memorialize that you are
The old
dragging around
Orvex
undead.
or the young
It's young Orvex, but like, yeah,
Young
when he
Orvex.
died, he
He got all melty.
well, yeah, he's badly melted, yeah. And like the aging of him obviously left some marks on his face already that he wasn't looking good even when he was walking around. Been through quite the journey.
And now he's a zombie.
8 arm plus. Yep.
Well, so do we have an idea of how to get in?
I've been thinking about that. And I hold up Unk's puzzle cube. I take it from Gromit and I hold it up. This was found in Orvex's possession. It didn't fall out of the door.
Oh, all right. So, do you think we should try and put it in before anything else?
I don't know. All I know is that he placed the 8 cubes, and when the 8th one was placed, the slab went up. We have not seen an opening for Unk. I would assume it would be in the center where they all intersect.
Is there a place for a cube in one of the statues?
You can look, and I hand Unk's puzzle cube to Orak, and I say, try to do it right this time. Put it in the center of the door, in between where all the cubes go. And I just kind of give him a little shove towards the door.
So
Alright.
just Unk's one and Orak.
Yeah. Or-
Try it right this time. Man, the mortal Orvex screwed this up, so maybe undead, reanimated Orvex can do it properly.
Yes. So I've told him
Okay.
to put that one just in the center.
Where's everyone standing, by the way? Grammy's gone down there,
Yeah,
I'm still
okay.
down here.
still down there, behind the impenetrable bush. Helby's there, okay.
That is a
And,
bad
gonna do
name if I
this.
ever heard one.
The impenetrable bush.
It's an 80s power metal band, 100%.
Oh,
So, and sorry, Esteni, I was doing stuff, so I didn't fully catch. You wanted him to put it in the middle, the Unk's puzzle cube.
Yes, basically,
That was your command.
shove it into the middle of the door. Don't break it, but if it goes in between all the other cubes, great.
Okay, so I guess Aldrig is in the best position to see this. Orak, formerly known as Orvex, like shambles towards the door there with this like star-shaped 8 cube indentations, and like holds out Unk's puzzle cube and like jams it into the center of that star shape. There's no indentation there, there's just stone. And Aldred, you watch as the puzzle cube like hits solid stone and drops to the ground, and then Aurak just like turns around and like stiffly in a zombie way sort of puts his arms up like, oh. Doesn't know what to do now.
Can I mage hand it in?
Yeah, you can certainly try. And actually, after a moment, with Aurak just like standing there watching you do this, looking like completely dumb, yeah, you get the same result. So your Beatrice-shaped mage hand lifts the puzzle cube, tries to put it in the center of the arrangement, hits stone, and well, I guess it doesn't necessarily drop to the ground if you keep holding it, but there's no indentation there, illusory or otherwise.
The necklace of adaptation makes you immune to harmful gases. So even if you make a mess of this, you could probably still figure it out afterwards. Who is wearing it? Maybe the other cubes are in the wrong order. Maybe this will give you infinite time to figure it out.
That's a big maybe.
Also, I believe that our logic was sound. The issue is finding where Unk's puzzle cube is to be put.
But regardless, the necklace would make it so that you cannot die to the poisons.
Speaking of necklaces, I put on the necklace we found in behind Unk's statue.
Okay, you feel the faint magic from it, but from where you are, nothing else happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna approach the door.
You
As
can't
you-
breathe air.
in
You
fact,
can only
as
breathe
you-
poison.
As you get to where you are now,
Yes.
you feel the necklace tugging to your left. Like it's kind of pulling in that direction.
Aurak, bring me the cube.
Just like stiffly walking along with arms straight out, like holding the cube out.
She plucks it from his hand, and then she's gonna follow the tugging of the necklace. So you said left, so that would be this direction.
Yep.
She's gonna
Yep.
just-
So you can kind of play hot and cold.
Yeah.
If you start walking like northwards, in that sort of, let me get my measuring tool out. You start walking in this direction, it starts to tug less strongly. Same if you start moving in this direction, so you can like feel it's pulling you in this direction.
Okay.
And continues to lead you this way to around here, and then when you get to here, it like starts tugging northwards. Could you please make a perception check?
Do I get any kind of advantage because I'm using the item?
Yeah, with advantage because you're actively paying attention to the item.
16.
So this is not a solid wall. From a distance, it looks like, I mean, from a pretty short distance, it looks like that. There's even like a small bush. There's some heavy undergrowth. But there's also, you now notice some box text there.
Ooh.
Pulling aside the heavy undergrowth, you uncover an archway in the cliff face. No, that's not what I intended to do at all. Oh dear. There we go. Did that? What can you see now?
An archway? I guess.
I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm not sure how that's meant to work on the map. Let me finish the box text. Archway in the cliff face. Stone skulls peer down from the lintel, and old bones litter the threshold. As light strikes the entrance, a swarm of bats screeches out from within. Just maybe give me a moment to figure out what I'm meant to be doing here with the dynamic lighting and stuff.
Sure.
Is it that?
It looks
Oh,
like.
yeah, I
looks-
see it now.
Looks like something is on top of Ava as well. Okay, there we go.
How's that now? You're supposed to just see a tunnel at this point. It's
Yep.
just a
Yes.
complicated way of setting it up. How's that? We got it.
Looks
Okay,
good.
that's perfect. Cool. Okay.
What do I see on this door?
A slab of worked stone blocks the overgrown tunnel some 20 feet from the entrance. Grinning skulls mark the edges of the slab, in the center of which are 9 cube-shaped cavities arranged in 3 rows of 3.
She just kind of chuckles to herself. She's like, "We've been opening the wrong door." She shakes her head.
Oh.
This is hilarious. I'm gonna mage hand all the stuff out of here, move it to over there.
I already had Gromit take all the cubes last
Oh,
night.
okay. I don't do that then.
Speaking of which, there's going to be XP. I thought very carefully about this. This is now the first time that you've had your hands on Wongo's puzzle cube. In fact, you might not even
Oh.
have the handout for it yet. So, just for the sake of completeness,
Everyone's after putting their hands on Mongo's puzzle cube.
Yeah, correct. We don't have that. Now we do.
there you go.
There we go.
So we get XP for
How
that one.
cute.
Nice.
yes, Wongo is very cute, yes.
Did we encounter the representation of Wongo at any point? What was
I
our
don't think
actual
you have.
reaction like?
You went to Wongo's tomb, and that's where you found the dead Thayan. That's the one that they
You mean
didn't
the
do.
bugaboo?
Yes, excuse me.
Well, this is nice. All of
My
them
only
back together.
My only concern is that there might be traps here as well. So, I believe we should do the same we did on the other door.
Right. I turn around and walk back to be at least 30 feet away from the entrance of the tunnel.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna stand. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right. I'm not gonna go in the entrance, but I'm gonna be real close by, and
I'm gonna look into the sun.
gonna instruct Arak, because he's the one who fucked it up, so he can reprove it. He can prove himself.
Okay.
So I think we were basically saying that we were putting Obalaka and Ejin as ooh.
Whoop. I don't like it.
Fine, I like it. So I know we're
Um,
putting Unk in the middle.
Okay.
We can't move those. So, thank you. I think the idea is to have Obalaka and Ejin on the level of like dawn, so like on the horizon. Were they on the horizon? Hold on, wait.
This
That
is my
night would have
second
been the
favorite
horizon.
Pokemon.
So I think the idea was Obalaka here and Ejin here. Is that correct? Does anyone else remember?
I don't remember anything. I just.
All right, I'll just try it.
I think whatever the setup was previously, it was like the opposites.
Yeah. So I think
like either side.
Obalaka, Ejin, and then it was Shigambi and Nang Nang.
Ice, fire, leaf, water, light, dark. Something like
Kubazan
that.
and Papazotl. and then Moa and Wongo.
One moment, please.
Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. He's using the
Don't-
phrase.
It's fine. It's a zombie putting the cubes in there, so at worst, a zombie's gonna die.
Gas appears everywhere but the chamber. You were supposed to be inside it.
The 9 cubes flare with light, then disappear. Growling like an angry beast, the slab begins to slide up into the ceiling.
Well, that was much more straightforward. I
It
think
does
Ava
help.
is gonna pat Orak on the shoulder and say, "Well done." And I'm sure Orak is just like,
Well, it definitely helps to try and open the right door.
certainly does. And you know, we really wouldn't have had this issue had the original Orvex not taken this necklace and hidden it away.
Maybe he was not attuned to it. Did he?
We do not have
he
to.
had- Okay. Oh, he wasn't wearing it. I understand.
No, he hid it in a pocket, like it was some
Yes,
sort of
he-
treasure, not a tool
he
to be
would-
used.
Yeah, he wasn't wearing it, so he didn't know.
No,
Poor
he
fool.
could have put it on or allowed one of us to investigate it, but he simply took it. What do you see, Eldrick?
I'm walking up the corridor.
So, dungeon crawl mode, token positions matter. Yeah, so Eldrig, another slab blocks the hallway 20 feet beyond the first door. An iron lever is set into the door's surface with a graven stone skull leading down from above. Leering down. Did I say leaning? Leering.
It look okay. Yeah, I just in character. I'm just like, it looks like another potential gas chamber. Would you like to take the lead?
Orak. So there's a lever and a door.
Yep. And a skull above, graven stone skull above that's leering.
You know what? I'm gonna before we do anything, I'm gonna take 10 minutes and I'm gonna cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay.
So if anyone else would like to do anything or cast any rituals.
I kind of want to cast Tensor's floating disc and just kick it in the room so it bounces around, like an air hockey disc.
You do so. It pings around.
This was an excellent use of my time.
How long does it last? So it takes you 10 minutes to ritual cast it, I assume, and then it's up for a little while.
For now.
Okay. Okay.
Grammy, you could put your silver on there or your discarded weapons.
What? On the disc?
You certainly could.
If you would
could,
like
but-
to have a weight
Why would
lifted
I?
from your shoulders, it can hold 500 pounds. It is just in case you are bored of hoarding.
Right. And like we see her just try out different gestures. It's like, how does magic work?
So I think Ava, once she casts Detect Magic, she's gonna walk in. Her zombies are gonna be following her.
That's sticking with me, Snow. I'm just still picturing Grammy doing like various like magic casting poses.
Yeah.
Like what a she's developing her own style. Like I guess every spellcaster has like a even if you don't really strictly need it, you've got your own like do you put one hand out, you put your hands together when you cast.
Yeah, and she's just pretty much just trying to get some effect out of it.
Sorry, Steny, so where zombies are lining up?
Yeah, so basically Ava casts her detect magic ritual. She walks into the corridor with her zombies following her. And now that I'm within 30 feet of everything, do I see any magic?
No, not where you are. Obviously all the super magical stuff that you guys are carrying, but not and you know, blocked by the thickness of the door. So not in the immediate vicinity.
So what I am concerned with is that the lever, while it may open the door, may close the other door behind. However, the lever may close the door behind and fill the chamber with gas. So, Aldrich, would you like to mage? Perhaps we should not be in here.
My
You could either
concern
mage
is
hand the lever, or if you're worried that this whole place will fill with gas, I can send in one of the zombies.
my concern is that I pull the lever with mage hand and it closes the door in front of us and opens the door in front of that, and we can't get in and we can't unpull the lever.
Well, if it does that,
I am prepared to go in. I don't care. Like, we've come this far. At this point, is to be worrying so much, but I would not like.
I don't think
to
it's
die at the
pointless. I
first
think
hurdle.
it's a matter of survival. But it's fine. I will send in Gromik. I will give him the command to pull the lever, and if the door between us should close, to pull the lever back. And then we'll learn something.
I think in the background, because I just remembered to put the component pouch on my character sheet. In the background, we see just Grammy feeding a ration to Vossi.
Ah.
Because I need to wait.
I thought it was a nice bonding moment, but you're just offloading weight, like.
Vossi's happy. She's wagging her tail.
So yeah, I'm gonna send Arak in. Arak
Okay.
is going to go in.
So when he
And-
reaches that point there, the skull's jaws creak open and a skeletal hand holding a crystal hourglass-style timer emerges from within. With a click, the timer rotates and sand starts to trickle into the lower globe. So I'm going to do a countdown, I guess, quickly. But tell me what Ava tells Aurak to do.
So the pull the lever.
Okay? He goes ahead, he heads forwards, shambles forwards, pulls the lever, and the entire floor splits apart along a central seam. So Aurak can make a dexterity saving throw to see if he
Sure.
can cling on to the...
Nutty tea.
As we all know, zombies are incredibly dexterous.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he really stiffly and slowly tries to raise his arms to stop himself from falling.
Oh,
Is
you were doing it. Okay, sorry, I missed that.
is minutes late he would have been. He's nowhere near getting there by the time the floor is out from underneath him. So he falls. He takes bludgeoning damage. No.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot
Takes
of damage.
14 bludgeoning damage. And he is impaled by this number of spikes. Of course, I rolled a 4. Vex. And then that is this much poison damage from the spikes also.
I mean,
Wait, no, sorry.
I
This is
don't-
the piercing damage from the
I was gonna
spikes.
say, let it be poisoned. He's immune to it.
That is
Yeah.
the piercing damage, and then he's immune to the. He would have got poison damage, but he's immune to that.
Well, he's
So I
dead.
think that is
I am-
enough to.
Yeah,
I
he
am
dead.
still kind of curious. How much poison
He
damage
did.
would it be?
It would be
It's not that much.
really struggling to not write D first. It would be this much. It would be 22.
Yeah, that is a lot of damage. Let's not fall.
It's only 4d10. I've got 4d10's worth of health. What about you?
And
You'd be
is the
alright.
timer still going?
That was just. Oh, sorry. Yes, the counting is not a thing in world, but yes, the hourglass is still going. I think
How-
though, like it only takes. It's like literally like 10 seconds. So. It's
Yeah, I think
pretty
I'm
much...
just gonna watch it and see what happens once the hourglass is done.
So the lever goes back to its original position. The sound timer retracts. Sorry, wait, hold on a minute. And the door sinks into the ground, revealing the passage beyond.
I tense this floating disc.
You surf across. Okay. Hey, remember the that can't work on pits. It's like if there's 10 feet, but like
Yeah.
the floor will close up as part of what all of that was happening.
I like a skateboarder. I kick the disc and jump on it and just kind of stand upright and have my hands clasped, and just kind of sail kind of really slowly across the floor.
I have my zombies precede me, just to make sure the floor is not going to give out.
Okay. So, Aldrich has officially set foot in the Tomb of Annihilation.
I mean, not really, because he's on his disc.
So
But this
maybe
slowly,
that's a good place for our break.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Sorry.
whoa, 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 whoa! Back where you were.
A
You were, yep, just there. That's it.
All right.
bull
Alright.
shoots out of here.
Then let's take a...
Take 1 million damage.
No zombies allowed in the tomb. Get out.
All right, let's take a break here then. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, right? Yeah, about 5 minutes. Well,
Sweet.
thank you everyone for watching. We'll be back in just a little bit. Grab yourself some tea, coffee, ice cream, whatever you want really. And well, enjoy your break pretty much. See ya. Hey, guess what? We're back from the break.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I don't know. We were talking about stuff, but like, we kind of finished right there. Like, what do we talk about? Right. It was
Yeah,
kind
my
of.
work-
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go.
I was just going to say, my work was talking about going back. They were talking about like going back into the office in October. I was just like, oh, that's so close now. I don't want to.
Has it not opened at all?
No, they've been absolutely, completely closed since March.
So what happened here was in June they tried to open again, well, it's officially been open since June, but it's open like with a lot of exceptions. So it's open and it's completely voluntary to go back in. So like some people, if their spouse is immunocompromised or something, they're just like, look, I'm not coming back in for a few months.
Okay.
And you got to alternate, because if an office is not big enough, then like you can't have too many people in it. So like you're going in half the time. Loads of like hand sanitizers and stuff like that. So
Do they have to wear masks and stuff in the office?
no, probably should, but no. But yeah, anyway, it might be like that, and they kind of they really wanted to go back to the office as like a psychological thing, like we've started and things are normal again, I guess. But it's kind of gone back a little bit from that, so like people are still kind of half there and half not, even 2 months later. So fingers crossed it might be like that, rather than like just straight 100% back straight away.
I hope so. That's
Yeah.
going to be killer. Because I start work at 8 every day, so at the moment I'm like, I roll out of bed at like 7:45, brush my teeth, feed the dog,
Yes, that's
and
so
then
great.
log in. Whereas if I'm in the office, I need to get up by like 6:30 in order to get into the office for 8.
I do. I hope my bosses are listening. I do quite often like wake up at like 5 to 9, log in, and then go and shower and brush my teeth and get dressed, get a coffee.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
no,
actually
do not
so
give
glad.
your login details to me so that I can log in for you.
If you want, that would be great. If you wouldn't mind doing my job for me. Not sure what would
No
be in it
problem,
for you,
sure, it's
really.
easy.
Just
Yeah.
sense of doing good, doing somebody a favor, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, I'm sure it's easy. Like DMing for Tomb of Annihilation.
Feel free, man. Yeah, here's the reins. Here's the skull, I guess.
Roll initiative. I've heard that said a lot.
The cursed dice.
Like, that phrase is guaranteed to start a fight.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Lol.
I am so glad that I like no longer work the place I used to. It's just like we technically like had just like plastic in front of us, but like it just felt awful to like not wear a mask in a fucking store.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I just wear a mask. I work night shift with like 20 other people, and they're always saying, "Why are you wearing a mask? You're not going to catch coronavirus from me." I was like, "How do you fucking know that? How do you know that?
Please, man.
I don't know where you've been. Yeah, I don't know where you've been. Like fucking
Months into this, and people are.
Protect you from catching it, prevents you from spreading it.
Yeah.
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 Have they not
It's
heard
old-
of asymptomatic carriers? Like, how are we 8 months into this thing and people still don't understand it?
This
People
old
are
dude. Yeah, people are really dumb. This old dude must have been in about his 60s, right? He was like bald and thin and grey hair. And I was walking through town today, and he pushed past everyone, like literally touched people, pushed past everybody to get to the front of this queue that you needed a ticket to get through the gate. I can't remember where I was. I was just really, really tired. And his ticket didn't work, so he spent all that time pushing past people, not socially distancing, had his mask below his nose, and I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, everyone's waiting in the queue like everybody else, and he was just like, ugh. Like, didn't say anything, he just ugh, at me, and I was like, what the fuck? And then he
You
got
sure
to
he
the
wasn't
gate.
a zombie?
No, he got to the gate and his ticket didn't work, and the ticket inspector came over, and a policeman came over, and he caused a queue, and I was like, "Fucking funny, that isn't it, mate?" And just walked past him because my ticket worked on the other gate. Dickhead. So
Speaking of getting through gates.
There we
Oh.
All right.
speaking
would
of
you like-
annihilating old people, wait.
Speaking of
To the queue.
zombies. All right. Would you like to do some D&D, peeps?
Sure.
All right. Let's
go.
get back
you-
into it.
Might as well.
Getting the box text thick and fast, Aldrich Mer has actually triggered another. A moss-covered corridor extends beyond a second door. Tree roots hang from the sagging ceiling, and the air reeks of rot and damp. Ahead, a bas relief. Is it bas relief or bas relief? Showing my lack of art history knowledge. Bas relief, carving of a bearded
Alright.
devil's face, adorns the wall at a T-shaped intersection. The devil's open mouth is a well of utter darkness. I might even have a nice little handout for you guys.
Ooh.
Carry on, I'll see if I can seek that out.
I mean, it's the devil's mouth agape in a silent
yeah, here you
scream,
go.
though.
This one doesn't seem to be screaming, it's just his mouth is open, but it doesn't, it's, this one is, yeah, it's
Oh, that's-
mysterious well of
that's
utter
cool.
darkness.
I like that.
I
Zombies,
didn't, this was intro,
Not
yeah,
enough zombies.
this was the intro one, but I didn't want to show you it because this is the actual door that you just found with the 9 indentations, so I couldn't show it until now.
Hmm.
Should have photoshopped it so it had only 8. Hmm. All right. Well, I don't like being in this room just in case the floor is gonna give out on us. So, me and my zombies gonna walk in.
Stay
Okay, stop. One back, all of you. No, one forwards. There we go. Okay, so who is this? Who is the culprit?
Bugaboo.
The bugaboo shambles forwards, and the ground sinks beneath him with a mechanical click as the pressure plate is triggered. So some poison darts shoot out of spring-loaded tubes in the wall. They each have a +8 to hit, and there are 4, and 3 of you actually can be targeted by this. So I'm going to roll a D3. 1 is the bugaboo, 2 is Aldrich, 3 is Ava.
Wait, why is
So
it targeting me? I'm not even in the room. I have a zombie ahead of me.
Yeah, it's any target within 10 feet of the pressure plate. So
Is it
this
coming?
was-
Is it coming down the corridor this way?
No,
Is it
no,
coming
it's-
from
it's-
the mouth?
D4 because Militia's also there.
So it's 10 feet within 10 feet from the pressure plate, which for bugaboo is. Oh, it should be a D4. Sorry, yeah, pardon me. It should. He's under an X for me. Yeah, so it's all 4 of you. So 1 is for bugaboo, 2 is Malash, 3 is Aldrich, 4 is Ava. Okay, it's Aldrich again. Still.
Fucking, of course.
So
Okay.
there's the first one. I think that's a miss, actually.
Yeah.
It's you again.
Why have I got 20 armor class? Wait, 2 seconds. My fucking character sheet's fucked up and it says I've got 20 armor class.
Okay, so that I think is a hit. So you take 2 piercing damage, Eldrick.
Yeah,
And
I've got
cle-
15 armor class.
Okay, and could you make with your mage armor constantly on, or you have some magical armor that's always on?
So what damage have I taken?
You've taken 2, and then you need to do a con save.
Okay. Minus
Oh.
2.
That reminds me. Orak needs to make a con save.
So you take 19 poison damage.
That's a lot of
Okay.
damage. Sorry.
Okay.
This one's going for Malush.
Okay.
16.
him.
Taking 1 piercing damage, and then He'll be immune to the poison.
Yep.
That's excellent strategy. Okay, and the last one is you, Ava. 16?
That
Misses. Okay.
So, talking about con save, that reminded me because I was looking at the character sheet of the zombies. Undead Fortitude. Orvek is owed a con save.
Okay.
Let me pull up Orvok's sheet. Orvok's sheet, sorry. It's not Orvok. How much damage did he take that reduced him to 0?
I think it was 13. Yeah, 13.
13, I think.
Oh, the last one. Yeah.
Because the other one I think was poison.
Is it total damage from the attack? From the.
It's a
'Cause
DC of 5 plus the damage taken, unless the damage is radiant or from a critical hit.
Because he took bludgeoning and then piercing.
I would assume it would be the piercing damage because they're different things, right? It just says if damage reduces a zombie to 0 hit points, it must make a Constitution saving throw with a DC of 5 plus the damage taken, unless the damage is radiant or from a critical hit. So it's up to you on if you roll that as all one damage or separate damages.
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah, I think it's all at one. I mean, he's taking damage from falling and being impaled.
Okay, so what was
so it's
the total?
27, excluding the poison.
Okay, then he can't come back.
You might also have, even if he made it, you might also have had difficulty in extracting his body from the. He's impaled on a spike 20 feet below you and Gromit.
I mean,
Below now, the closed
what is an
below
undead
floor.
just stuck at the bottom of a pit, impaled on spikes? Like, come on.
Yeah, for the next person that opens it, he'll just be like there, still animated.
Hello. Hello. Very good.
I'm sorry. All right.
Sorry about that. Aldrich, are you alright?
Yes, I'm fine. You see, like, flecks of ice just, like, fall on the floor.
Would
Stupid
you
traps.
like? Well, would you like me to at least look for traps while we're going forwards? Just-
I believe I can handle that.
All right.
She's going to pull Malesh back and trade position with Malesh.
Okay.
And she's going to look for more of those she's going to examine the pressure plate that Vabugwu's standing on, and then she's going to look and see if she can see any other pressure plates.
Okay, with advantage, make a perception check, please. Because I think, once you've seen one, you see what they look like, you know very well what you're looking for. You identify 2 more along this corridor. Here and here.
All right, I see 2 others, so follow my steps. She walks up to here and she says, the tile ahead of here, don't step on that. And then she's gonna walk over here and say, and don't step on the tile in front of here. And then she's gonna have her zombies follow her.
Ava, as you make your way down this corridor, you now detect something with your detect magic. There is illusion magic coming from inside this devil's mouth.
There's magic up ahead, inside the devil's mouth. Aldrich would probably be fine because he's in his floating disc.
He's just
I
surfing
was-
his way in.
I was gonna say I like ping off the walls like left and right. Just like
Sounds
put my,
like you're like dragging me forward.
put my hands
you-
in this slot and just like bing 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 You like pinball up the walls.
You have some awkward moments where you like run out of momentum and you've got to like try and get a handhold on the wall to like push yourself along.
Wee! Oh. Wee!
I see the corner of something right here.
Oh yeah. A rusted iron grate is set into the corridor floor. Through its bars, you see muddy water flowing slowly past. Not the blues singer Muddy Waters, but the liquid.
That worries me. Because that could very easily, like, everything could close, and then the water just fills the room and everyone drowns.
Button.
Stamp on the floor. Stamp on the pressure plate and drain the water out. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Where's the water coming from? This way. Oh. I don't
This is great. And
feel...
I'm just envisioning traps is what's happening. Oh,
Is
also,
there stuff coming up from it?
There needs. Wait, Graham. Helby. Wait. Go back one. Because there should also be an X where Helby is standing, and we would have also identified that as a trap thing. We don't know if it's triggered. Once triggered, it doesn't trigger again. So don't step on that either.
Okay.
Thank you.
Once triggered, twice shy.
Well. There's an illusion of some sort within the mouth. Perhaps that's the darkness? Wasn't there something about darkness in the warning?
Yeah, it said in darkness it hides.
What hides the darkness?
I'm gonna move here.
Okay. Well, let me read a couple of things that you see from that vantage point, then Aldrich. To your left, creepers and vines cling to the walls of this corridor, at the end of which is an arched crystal window, 6 feet wide and 10 feet high. Through it, you see a dark chamber. To your right, you see that this corridor ends with like a balcony. You could like go left along that or right along that, and then there's clearly like a drop there. There's a kind of central gap in the middle that descends below. Yeah, and you can see, I believe, just in the distance, another one of these, some kind of face right across to the east over there. As in like a carved face, like that's not just a Volo's over there or something.
Is that you, Volo? Hi, how's it going?
It's me, Volo Vampabadar.
I've been looking for the Tomb of Annihilation for ages, and I'm here today, baby. I relayed that back to the team. The window, and also there is a balcony. I'm gonna like push myself in the direction of the balcony and catch the corner here and just kind of wait there.
A grand chamber opens ahead, 50 feet across and plunging down into darkness below. A stone balcony winds around the walls to connect 4 archways. Other balcony levels are visible below, with corridors radiating off in all directions. To the north, a stone staircase descends to the lower levels. You also, Aldrig, you see a person, you see a face. A hunched figure glares up at you from the balcony below, wearing a mask that is a replica of the devil face of the tomb entrance. Without saying a word, the figure steps out of sight.
I was hoping he would throw a fireball at me and hit the mimic that's clearly here, so the mimic would run down and kill him, like in Dark Souls 3 when the demon does that. But it's okay. I'd say there is a creepy guy down here.
Wait, there's someone in here.
Yes, there was a creepy guy. He had the mask on, like the one on this statue.
Hmm.
It is a crazy of annihilation. Maybe there is a crazy cult of annihilation. This happens all the time.
I want to look for traps.
Okay, make a perception check. 30. Oh, that's the last one. 10. You don't notice any others.
Okay.
I point at the glass window and I say, I feel like this is also a trap. I am intrigued, but I'm not sure how to go about it. Maybe we can go and then point up this corridor. Maybe we can go this way and will take us around and we can go in through, not the window.
I feel like there's something hiding in the darkness of the devil's mouth. But I don't know what it is.
Maybe
I
you
don't
should
know,
make
something-
I will take
one of
an
your
arrow, and I will
comrades
poke
put
it
their hand
the-
in.
I was
If they can
considering
figure
it,
something
but
out.
it feels like if we don't know that we need something in there, and it's going to just kill them, it seems like a bit of a waste.
I'm going to take an arrow and poke it in the mouth of the devil.
Oh god.
The shaft of the arrow comes out, bitten off.
Let's not put anything of value in there. Does it actually have like?
But I'm
bite-
sure it's
bite
okay, and I
marks?
put my head in. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Does
Yeah,
it have
yeah,
like
yeah,
bite
it's not-
marks or?
It's
Or
not
just-
cleanly cut like a blade would do. It's like been bitten off.
Hmm. Well, not unsettling at all.
Don't feed it, because it will follow us home.
I feel like you say that while I just had the image of Gravy with like food already in hand. Okay.
We leave, and the tomb just grows legs and follows us back.
So, what is down there?
It's essentially like a spiral's not quite the word because the shape is like square all the way down, but it's a long, like very deep chasm. Well, it's like constructed, so chasm's maybe also not the right word, but it goes several layers below, so you can see like several more layers, kind of like this one where there's like a balcony and then another set of stairs that goes down.
Have you played Terraria? Is it a elevator?
I assume
You
that's a no.
can. I haven't.
Elevator
You can.
is a pit that goes straight to hell.
Okay, there is a
You dig
bottom to it.
straight down.
I could let you have a look if you want. I can move you to the place. It looks pretty similar to this level. There's just like one at the very bottom. There's a similar size like square chamber with a floor, and then there's a hole in that floor that's like 10 feet across.
And about how far down is it?
Oof.
Like hundreds of feet?
Let's say something like 50 feet is probably written somewhere. I'm not sure. I can't. Somewhere hidden in one of the maps.
I mean, if we assume that each chamber is like 10 to 20 feet high. Well, you said how high things are.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Let's say 60 feet.
Okay.
In
Oh,
the
and
meantime,
I assume the necklace that I got is no longer doing anything, right?
No.
It's like dormant now. Okay. So, do we want to go down or do we want to go across? Am I supposed to be able to see in here, Derek?
In the meantime, I found the correction. 4 layers, 25 feet each, so 100 feet in total.
Okay. Am I supposed to be able to see through here?
Yes. But I'll give you the box text if you like move closer, examine it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's essentially like a carved stone face, and then you can see through the eyes.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, the group hasn't responded, so
Uh,
I
What
am
was the
really
question
interested
then?
in
Sorry.
going left.
the question was, do we want to continue to explore this level or go down the stairs?
I think it makes sense to explore this level first.
Perhaps so. Malash South.
Okay.
Stop him and look for traps again.
Okay. Yep.
I'm gonna be
Perception
doing
check.
this a lot.
Yeah. No, it's very, very wise, I would say. Having seen several already that were lethal, you don't notice any.
Oh, as far as checking for traps, do I have like some kind of radius, or are we just assuming like that's for the room? Just so I know how often I should be calling for perception.
I think not a specific radius in feet. I'll not try and stiff you on the. I'll not be like, actually, you rolled a 20, but it was 15 feet away, so make a dexterity. Probably the room, but I'm not going to set that as a rule for absolutely everything. I'm not sure exactly how that will work out. Areas.
Yeah, I just don't want it to get super tedious
Yeah.
for everyone involved. But
Yeah,
I
but also like we won't run with one for like the whole level or whatever.
Sure.
But of course, also you can do general checks. But then if there's something that like seems suspicious to you, then you can also make a specific like I look at this particular thing.
Sure.
Eldrick, Helby, Vossi hanging back.
Before I step into this corridor, again, I want to check for traps.
Okay.
I was just waiting my turn. But...
We're not in turn order. It's just where you are is important. Where your token goes.
Eldrick to move.
All right, you didn't want to barge past like,
Yeah.
excuse me, coming through, treasure to be found. You don't notice any traps.
Okay. I think I'm gonna park my zombies here.
Sound of screeching brakes for some reason.
Uh-oh. I got him stuck. There we go.
No.
I want to go check out that weird mask carving.
Okay. A giant stone skull crusted with moss juts out from the end of the passageway. A flame flickers within each of its eye sockets, and a view into a chamber beyond can be seen through its open jaws.
Is my detect magic picking anything up?
Yes. Transmutation magic on around the skull itself.
What skull? Oh, the mask?
Yeah, a giant stone skull. Flame within the eye sockets.
Okay. I look back. I see Helby. I jerk a thumb towards the carved skull thing. I'm like, Well, that's enchanted.
That's weird. What
Some
can you
sort
see through there?
Some chamber. It's hard to see past the flickering flames in the eyes, but looks like there's something glowing.
Do you think the path ahead of me goes round?
I don't know. I'd rather go that way than try to stick anything in that thing's mouth, though.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
I have more arrows.
Let's not waste them. Yeah, I'll take the lead then.
I feel like you're going to be taking the lead a lot here.
Your zombos, at
honestly.
least.
I'm just gonna do this. Is that okay? Like, you know, we're wrapped around the corner. I just don't want to keep
Abs-
dragging their positions. What's this?
Oh god.
Car, so you're sure of the positions there? So what are we like this?
Yeah.
And Malash walks out into the corridor.
Actually, I guess he'd probably have to, because that's the only way I'd get to see it.
Okay. Carved birds soar across the walls of this corridor. Blocking the passage near its northern end is a large adamantine propeller with 5 sharp blades. So as Malash walks out into the corridor itself sinks just a little bit, a couple of inches, and there's a click. And the propeller begins to move, begins to rotate.
Everyone back up.
So...
Do we have to roll
Malash.
initiative, or can I not do anything?
We can kind of loosely do this in initiative. I just want to see what happens with Malash first.
Okay.
Okay, so if you shout everybody back up,
Mm-hmm.
then you would get a chance to just like move back, including Malash.
Yeah, and I would grab onto Malesh and drag him back.
So already, even after a couple of seconds, like there's a suction force going down this corridor created by the fan that's drawing air into it. You can see Malash's shabby, tattered, torn clothing beginning to like flap towards it, and you just get him out of the drag of the air in time. And like, well, now you can't see, but you can hear like the propeller has spun up and is at full speed.
Everyone's gonna move back again. I'm gonna drag Malesh back. I've not let go of him, just to make sure he doesn't get sucked into that propeller.
Okay.
Well, I don't think that's the way to go.
That is an absolutely devious trap.
Well, we should expect more of that. Well, there's the other path we could investigate.
Right. I guess I will go all the way back to this corridor and wait for the others.
Okay.
I think it's tell me if it's not okay, right? You just
What was
Yeah.
this? What was this?
Yeah,
What was
okay.
this? Can we see this?
What is this that you're talking about?
From where I'm standing, I can see this.
I don't know what
Something
you're.
glowing.
I don't know what you. Can you do arrows? It's easier.
I mean,
Oh, I
this
lifted
is-
it. Didn't tell me anything
Yeah.
about it.
we didn't see it.
Oh, it's okay. It's probably not important then. I mean, if Dirk didn't tell you about anything
There's
about
a
it.
there's a hole in the mouth of that skull, so you can see into the chamber beyond. There's like a sarcophagus. At the time, nobody said like I'm looking through what's in the chamber, so I didn't say.
Oh, it's okay then. Don't worry. It's probably not important. Don't worry about it. Just forget about it.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, you can go back and have a look.
Nah, it's alright. But it's probably irrelevant. No, when all this is said and done, you'll probably be like, "Ah, that was the crystal egg of Malakmaka, and it was the only way that you could have survived the tomb."
You don't have laser vision. You can't see with perfect clarity 110 feet away. So if you go closer, there's nothing stopping you from looking, and then I'll tell you what's there.
Nah, it's alright. I've seen the Ark of the Covenant. I know what happens.
Curiosity kills everybody.
Aldrig. Curiosity kills the Aldrig.
So
Are we
what's the
going
plan?
this way? Are we going
Well,
this way?
I suppose we
Oh.
should let
Oh,
the zombies lead the way, right?
ah.
I
Patrick?
mean, it'll probably be fine.
I mean, there was a man down here. Like, maybe we should see if we can. Maybe he knows the way. Also,
I'm gonna check for
unless
traps
you want to.
on both the stairs and the corridor ahead.
Okay. You don't notice any traps.
You have been
I
rolling
would
comparatively
see what's
shit
around the corner.
on perception.
Um,
And why am I rolling? I can't roll above a 6.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna at least head north, and I want to see what's around the corner, if nothing else.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
No. No, poor is it the bugbear now is in the firing line. No sinking of pressure plates just yet. So he seems okay.
In the walls here, though.
Sorry?
I see these little grooves in the walls, though, and I don't trust that.
Well, Ava doesn't.
I do, though. A stadium.
Look, we're in Tomb of Annihilation. There is going to be meta.
there doesn't need to be.
Ava turns back after looking forward and says, "There is a chamber up ahead."
Would you like to have a look in it?
I don't know.
No, actually, I've decided I would like to go home.
Well,
this is a silly place.
If you don't want to go into the chamber, then we can just go down these stairs. Everywhere else seems to be closed off.
I feel like I'd rather have more information first. We don't know what we're looking for or why, but there's a certain risk versus reward to this tomb.
Well, yes, but what other choice do we have other than just exploring?
Going downstairs and questioning the man that Aldrich saw.
Yeah, the cool mask.
Alright.
Maybe it's the mask we need.
Perhaps it is. There was something about donning a mask.
Alright.
But do we not have a mask?
I don't have a mask.
Well, then we need to get this mask. Blah 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 blah. I float until the elevation changes by 10 feet and then I fall off. And then the disc I feel like the disc floats above me where it was up here if the elevation changes. I'm like, God damn it.
So you're heading down the stairs?
Yep. We're heading down the stairs.
Okay, my copy paste of your tokens didn't work. Just give me a moment.
Copy pasta.
All of our single file tokens.
Hold on, let me also put this in there. Come on. Come on. There we go.
So you,
What
you
is
descend onto
that?
a stone balcony that looks much like the one above. It's similar dimensions. There's another staircase that continues down on that side. And you're looking to the north, Aldrich. The walls and floor of this 15-foot square room are cracked and carved with images of terrified humanoids falling. Set into the middle of the floor is a stone bas relief of a bearded devil face painted green. Forlorn cries echo from the black void of its gaping maw.
Well, that sounds awful, and I step past it. That's just going to.
That's not nice.
I've been having a really nice day today, and I did not want to see that.
Apparently, it's pronounced bas relief.
Okay.
Or you could call it basso relievo.
That sounds like a spell.
Requiescat in pace.
Vita morte.
Rispettare le donne.
All right. What did you see, Eldrick?
That was just a big stupid face, and take a step forward.
All right.
I need to make
Aldrich,
space.
over here, you see a skeleton. It's a very strange-looking skeleton.
Okay.
Just give me a moment, and I'll tell you why. Got a few things to click.
He's got a like hat with a feather. But there's a big stupid face.
It's a very big, stupid face.
He has a shape that's like carved into the top of the skull, protruding, like metal shape coming out of the top of his skull. It's like a big square, and he's just kind of standing there, like leaning back against the wall, like one foot flat against the wall, is like knee bent, just kind of casually leaning there.
Is that what Vossi sounds like, by the way?
I take a step forward towards him,
Okay, he doesn't move.
and then take another step towards him.
Slowly, like, turns to look at you.
And I put my hand up to kind of wave, and I take another step towards him.
Remember to look for traps, just in case.
Oh yeah.
Aldrich, you're in front.
So it's now like standing both feet on the ground, watching you with its eyeless eye sockets very closely.
And I'll take another step towards him.
Okay, roll initiative. It's gonna try to run from you.
What? Just wanted to say hello. Yeah.
Anybody that feels like they might want to act, then can also roll initiative.
Yeah, I'll roll initiative, and then I'll make a single zombie initiative, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I just nah. Well, yeah, okay, I will.
Well, I suppose I should know if everybody else is.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's fine.
Okay, I won't then. I'll hang back.
Okay, so Ava, Aldrich is like slowly making its way towards this thing, this skeleton with this strange square metal shape like carved into its head, implanted into its skull. Aldrich gets like close to it, and then it just moves to like try and run away from him. Or you see it's about to try and scarper.
I'm gonna run past everything to here.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can run past your allies. Yeah.
I always just gotta double check because we're in the frickin' tomb.
Yeah, I got you.
Step on something.
It's your mic is cutting out a little bit, so I didn't hear you.
Okay. So I do that, and then I'd like to grapple the skeleton.
Okay. So strength check, athletics. It wriggles from your reach. Your grapple, I think, takes up one of your attacks, so you could, if you have extra attack, I can't.
Oh, I
record
don't
yet.
have an extra attack, actually. I'm a cleric.
Okay, so you quickly get up to it, and like it had just been standing there, and I think you like reach out with your arms to like grab it, and it like ducks completely under your arms, like, and limbos under your outstretched arms, and then like starts trying to slink away. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No.
Grammy.
Give me a rest now.
I am going to assume that I'm not going to be able to run past the skeleton without some kind of check at the very least.
You can't run past the enemy, so you can run through your allies' squares.
What if I get up to here
Oh boy!
and then
Yes, that
clamber
would
over like this?
it would certainly be an acrobatics check.
I'm gonna so fall, but I'm gonna try.
Oh god.
Okay. So the DC will be 11. The fall will be a long way. You made it. Okay, good. Hallelujah. Gravy slips, falls 75 feet to her death on the ground below. Okay, so you make it.
Right. And then I will attempt a grapple with
Okay.
my 0 strength.
So this time it you try and grab it, and it just sort of like dexterously zips to the side, like leans to the side, and your hands like go past its ribs.
At least it can't move through our squares any more than we can move through its. It's trapped regardless. I'll just jump off
Yep,
the side.
that was the whole plan.
Kind of wobbles its head, bearing this like heavy looking metal shape in its skull. Kind of wobbles its head tauntingly at you, flaps its bony jaw in taunt. Was there anything else, Grammy?
No, that was it.
Aldrich.
I'll just blast it.
Why are you attacking it?
It's trying to run away. And we're in the tomb of annihilation. We might be running to hit the annihilate button.
It's just
I'll
running
blast
to
it.
hit a button with like a giant
Yeah.
alarm on top.
So both of those will hit. Yeah, I mean, well, that was literally a thing in the last tomb, in the Rust and Sea one. So
True.
That's
That-
+5. Both of those is +5 because it's not adding my charisma modifier.
I thought we fixed that before.
We did, but I leveled
know-
up, didn't I?
It undoes it when you. That sucks.
It's
Okay,
just
so you-
dumb.
So your allies get in position and start trying to grab this thing, and it like weaves and ducks, and well, it does look trapped, and it's not like doesn't really seem like it's about to make its grand escape. For a moment, it like considers flinging itself down into the chamber a lot far below, preferring grisly death to capture, but a couple of quick blasts and the ancient bones crumble. It's not really that they like scatter apart, it's like crumble almost into dust. And with a clank, a metallic clank, only the head remains. The skull drops to the ground, bearing this like square metal shape in the top of it.
Kind of rub my hands together and go, I was careful to not hit the head.
Those are cool.
Mm.
I think I'm gonna pick up the skull and like inspect the shape jutting out of its head.
Okay. So yeah, it's a square metal thing, but if you roll some type of intelligence investigation check.
I'll do my best.
Would
17.
Yay.
I was just going to
What's
ask
that,
if
Snipe?
an Arcana check would also be an option, because then I could do that.
You can do that as well.
Can I give advantage on investigation? Because I'm proficient with it.
A bit late.
It's already been rolled, but it's a good roll
I know.
anyway, so it's a successful roll anyway. So you don't have to worry about it. It's a key, Ava. There's a reason why this shape is like carved particularly, so it might fit into something. I guess there's a reason as well why its head remains when the rest of the body, the body was not particularly as much paid attention to as the head. This thing is like laid into the skull very meticulously. Graeme, it's been raised with necromantic magic, the type of which you have seen many times before with your dear ally Ava.
Some sort of key. Curious.
Well, it is clever. Like keys that run away from people who are not supposed to use it.
Nice.
The stupid, and I hate its stupid head.
Well, there's another passageway to inspect. There's whatever that is, a door, I suppose. We could continue down. Where did you see the man, Aldrich?
Down.
How far?
Potentially all the way down. I just saw a man wearing a mask like the ones on the statue. Like the big stupid face up here.
How far away was he? Was he all the way at the bottom?
What, was he all the way at the bottom?
He was around where you are now.
Okay.
By the way, as you're looking around for this guy, Aldrich, you notice a bronze plaque with some writing on it right in front of you.
Okay. What does it say? What does it mean?
In common, you
Oh.
begin to read it, and then you hear it speaking itself in your mind.
I'm gonna step here. I thought it was like a boxing glove in a box, and the panel was gonna open and punch me off the edge.
It says this.
The ring is a path to another tomb. The dead abhor sunlight. Only a jewel can tame the frog. Bow as the dead god intoned. Into darkness descend.
And only Aldrich hears that?
All of you hear that.
Oh.
It doesn't sound very well.
It is written in this. It is in the same style as Acerak's first warning.
Then I feel like we must explore the tomb to find the jewel, unless we already have the jewel. I can't remember what we picked up earlier. I was so happy about the books.
I would be surprised if the jewel was not already inside the tomb somewhere.
Damn it.
The keys turn on the inside only. What does that mean?
Yeah. think I will like turn around and just look at, like, inspect the path in front of me, just for traps, if I may.
Of course, yeah. You don't notice any traps.
Well,
I think with that, though, actually, Graeme, you notice. Sorry, I'm scrolling and I'm going to get the measuring tool out. One day I'll learn the keyboard shortcuts. That is a door from behind which you hear some guttural moans, and there's some holes in the door. I think that's from that distance. That's all you notice, but it becomes it makes its way into your attention.
There's something behind this door?
I think you should poke it.
Is there a locking mechanism on the door that I can discern without touching it yet?
No. Yeah, clear. As a person with expertise in locks, clear absence, notable absence. However, 3 oval holes are carved into a 9-foot wide, 9-foot high stone door at human head height. As you approach, 3 humanoid heads stick out of the holes, each covered in putrid flesh and gnashing on an iron bit bolted to a chain bridle.
Ugh. Did I step away? Any ideas?
Maybe we just ignore it and walk past it. Is it trying to touch you?
Well, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Oh, I'm muted.
Yes.
Yeah, hi. So Ava, when she sees those heads stick out trying to gnaw at Graeme, she's like, we can't have that. And so she's gonna walk forward and push past Graeme, making sure she's out of range of her zombies, and she's going to turn undead.
Okay. Can you give me the text?
So
Thank
here
you.
that says, and also this. I'm 8th level, so if they're CR1 or lower, they're destroyed. Otherwise, they have to make.
Okay. They are immediately destroyed, which I imagine would be an epic sight to see. What would that look like?
I think they just like explode with radiant energy. Like we just see their heads pop. And then it just goes quiet. Like there's just this sort of like wet popping sound. Like and then it's just quiet.
Okay. So the iron chains that were attached to them now hang like slightly limper than they did. You know, they were like pushing towards the door. They were pulling those chains tight. So actually, I think you maybe see like the door itself like moves up, like just a crack. There's now like a little opening at the very bottom of the door.
I want to look through one of those oval holes. I'm not sticking my head in. I just want to look and see if is there anything in the room of interest.
Yes. I guess we don't have the dynamic lighting holes there, but you can see through. So I think from a straight-on view, you will see an ancient chariot about 40 feet into the room. It's a fairly big chamber. It goes back 60 feet, 55 feet from the door. So there's an ancient chariot, and on top of that is a bronze sarcophagus. You can see already from where you are that there's treasure strewn on top of that. sarcophagus, and then on the south wall there is a bronze shield with some kind of embossed carvings of military situations on it.
There's quite a bit of bronze in there. Bronze sarcophagus, bronze. What did you say? Shield.
Yep.
Some treasure. I think I turn back to the group. Like, are you interested? Are we opening this? What? Like, I don't see anything that looks useful, but we haven't really gone through it.
Well, I think it's better to look for our source of information first before we try and pillage a tomb filled with traps.
She nods, looks back to Aldrich. Which way did he run when he disappeared?
Aldrich, he just kind of dipped out of sight.
You're muted as well.
That's what I said.
He dipped
kinda
out of
dipped out of
sight,
sight.
but like, which direction did he go? He must have gone in some direction.
If he
Or
was
did he-
here, he went this way. I think.
Hmm.
Make let's do a retroactive perception check, Aldrich.
20.
Oh wowzers! Okay, so you saw him from like up here and on the level above, and you saw him like over here.
Mhm.
He darted like very, very quickly. He darted like south and was heading like clockwise around the balcony.
Okay.
And like obviously that's when you lost sight of him because he moved like directly under where you are.
Okay. It's as if he's going down,
Then that is where we should
potentially.
go.
You want to, well, put your zombies in front again?
I don't know. They seem to be doing a bit as equal amount harm as good. But they
Alright.
can go in front of you.
Thanks?
Before I go down, I'm gonna check for traps.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have to keep opening my sheet to do that. Hey,
somebody-
there we go.
Did somebody pick up the skeleton key?
Yeah,
I have
Deva
it.
did.
on the-
Oh,
on
I'll
the
put it
sheet?
on my sheet.
Yep.
I wasn't sure what to call
specifically
it.
square-shaped skeleton key.
I love that it's called skeleton key. Just
Yeah, that's great, isn't it? So actually, if you guys can move here, that would make the token moving easier, so that I can have you in order in the right orientation. The Eye of the Penguin Lord joins the formation. Okay. Oh, total nonsense. Why did I say that? Okay, hold on. I will put you in the right orientation, but I made you move into the wrong one.
you want us to
I'm not a smart
align-
man.
You want us to align?
No, it's okay. I got you.
Okay.
I'm moving you on the map on this level. So Aldrich's at the back behind Vorsi.
Ooh, I don't like the look of this.
I don't like the sound in my ear right now. So, immediately as a point of interest for Grammy specifically, what is the purple stuff?
Purple slime, and it's everywhere. Some right in front of Ava, but there's like hanging, dripping off different walls in this chamber. It's really everywhere.
Does it look acidic or anything of that nature?
I don't think there's a roll needed for that. It looks bad news. It
Well-
looks some really, really nasty. I mean, it's like purple slime. It looks like you don't want to put it in your breakfast cereal.
Well, once I get down there, I'm going to take a vial and get some.
I mean, I'm stopping here,
Yep.
and I'm not intending on going forward until we decide what we want to do, because I don't want to touch this stuff. Is it possible for me to get down without touching it? Or if it's when it's in a square, that's considered encountering it?
No, you can step around it
Okay.
easily enough. Yeah.
Can I just get down on the stairs? Like, just do a little dance?
Make a little love.
What about here? Like, am I able to walk through here without touching it?
Yeah. Generally, in this area, you're not going to be stepping into this stuff by accident.
Okay.
It's avoidable. Like if you're in a 5 foot, if that's your intention, if you're in a 5 foot wide thing and it's like covering 10 inches of that, like you can easily walk around.
Okay. My intention is basically to walk and investigate this plaque, because that's obviously going to be another warning. So at least we'll have some clues without touching the slime, because it's
Okay.
terrible.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to take the dodge action.
Yeah, so Ava like squats down and moves carefully, looking around all the time.
There's little
Okay,
alcoves.
what's everyone doing? You do see a bronze plaque that's just there, Ava.
Yeah, I
It's in
mean,
a slightly different position on this floor.
I guess I'll try to get past the zombies and
They'll let you pass.
squat down here and collect a bit of purple slime in a vial.
Okay.
Of course. What do I need to roll?
A dexterity saving throw, please. As you start to interfere with the purple slime, a gruesome ice stalk, like with a kind of raw red stalk, shoots out from beneath the slime, fixes an eye on you. It's
wait, that's-
horrendously bloodshot,
That's wrong. Yeah.
and seeing you, it fixes you with a foul, hateful gaze, and it shoots a freaking laser beam at you, Gravy. The 9 was not the best roll that I could have made there, so I see you make your dex save.
The evasion, just in
will
case.
take
right?
you.
Essentially,
Okay.
if a success would allow me to take half, then I take half.
You take half on a fail.
Yeah. Okay. So I assume that's a fail.
I'm gonna roll the damage, and I think you're halving and then halving again potentially.
Oh, is it fire?
You don't succeed with an 11.
Yeah.
And the damage is there's a lot of ones. There's a lot of ones in
Oh my-
there. You get 31.
Okay, so I have that to 15. Is it fire?
No.
Okay, then I have that to 15.
Your fire?
And then you
Yep.
could also, well, I guess it's not an attack, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Oh god.
So
Brady, what
also-
was that?
make a dex save again.
Okay.
Okay, so you are not able to scoop some of the mold. You were attempting to while this thing shot to you, and that it hurt. So you weren't able to get some before you had kind of pulled away.
Ah, this. I don't know. Something just popped up and then. It hurts.
Maybe maybe we don't touch the obviously noxious purple slime.
But
Can we remind you that we are in the Tomb of Annihilation? Thank you.
well, yes, but I mean, it could have been useful.
It could have been useful. I agree. Maybe just be more careful.
Ava turns and reads the plaque.
As you begin to read, again, all of you hear in your mind the following.
Walk through water with weapon in hand. Slay your shadow at the font. The vulture is the first step. Write the gods. The walls of history tell all.
So it's another riddle.
How does one slake a shadow?
With an investigation of 22, can I know the answer to that?
You do not have sufficient information to figure out what that means yet.
I was actually just determining whether or not Aldrich liked riddles. The answer is no.
Well, we have what looks like 3 paths we can take.
Right.
Helby, you're good at tracking, right? Do you see any indication of where this masked man might have gone?
I can try.
Please do.
Errata. I think, Gramer, you probably should not have got to halve that, actually. It's not a save for half, the
Okay.
effect.
Yeah.
It was a save or it was all or nothing, so
It's not an
Another-
uncanny evasion.
yeah, I think so. Because it says its effects when you save to take half.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that was what I meant. If the
Sorry,
effect...
I missed
yeah.
I missed that one.
Okay.
Sorry,
It
what,
hurts
what's-
even
what,
more.
what are we doing?
Ow!
There's like an
I'm
extra
still
burn
burning
later.
I'm like now curled up on the floor. Ah!
Sorry, what did I interrupt to say that?
Ava asked Helby if, with her tracking sensors, she could see where the guy with the mask went. And she said she would try.
Yeah, okay. Make a.
Could I use that?
I believe it's survival. Just let me double check. Yep, a survival check. So that's a very good roll. You don't see tracks on this level. So if your intention is to track the guy that Aldrich saw, you're 1 level too low. It seems like the tracks don't come down this way.
I don't think he came down this far. I can't see any footprints.
Well, I don't particularly want to be here, especially after what happened to Gramey. Perhaps we should go
Thanks.
back up and you can see if you can pick up his trail there.
Yeah, that sounds good. There were a few corridors that we could have gone in. I'll see if I can see anything up there.
Okay, let's head back.
Do you think maybe we should start from the top and investigate? We already have 3 levels, and if this is going to... We had to do such an extensive puzzle to get in here. I do not think that maybe That's just not the end. This
I
is not going
think-
to be straightforward.
I think I want to catch that man in the mask and make him talk.
Okay. Back up the stairs. Whee!
Well, I think I'm going to stay behind your zombies now.
Understandably so.
Wait,
I think Dirk has to
Wait.
move us.
Yeah, like where do you
Wait.
want us to move to make it easier? Oh,
There we go.
You
He
can
doesn't
just...
have to. You just so we're over
You
here
just
though.
change-
You would be emerging there, yeah.
Did I tell you that I hate stupid tombs?
You didn't, but I think it goes without saying. So Helby, I believe it seemed that he was moving in this direction, so see what you can see.
Another survival.
Yeah.
Pretty good roll.
So you're not like in the forest, so you're not. It's not like you can see footprints in mud or snow or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with a good roll, you are sure that there's not something that's there that you haven't seen. If there was something there, you would see it. But essentially, all you see is like some footprint, very, very faint, like heading southwards from where you are now.
I think you're right, Ava. I think he might be behind that door that you exploded the heads of.
Well then, suppose we'll have to go in and investigate. It seems like there's a way in now. Which one are you? Melush, can you open that door, please? Melush is gonna go try to open the door.
So he stiffly like bends down and puts his rotten zombie fingers beneath like the crack. I think like he breaks the tip of one of his fingers off. Doesn't really seem to notice, and like puts the rest of his fingers under, and starts like trying to lift, and his like knees like wobble and like start knocking a little bit.
Gormick, will you help him, please?
Grommack also like stiffly bends down, starts trying to lift, and the door like moves a little bit, but not quite. They're just not quite strong enough to get it moving.
The bugaboo!
Okay, so with all the strength of your three boys combined, and with a heave, and God, it must smell horrendous with like zombies exerting themselves. Like picture workout smell, but like undead version of that. They heave the door finally open.
What's
And box
that,
text presents
21?
itself. That is actually invisible.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to let you know that it's
Yeah, thank you. It's very easy to do that if you're changing things from the GM layer.
Yep.
6 glass cauldrons, and also I don't notice because I see it all the time, and I forget when things are on token layer. So thanks for letting me know. 6 glass cauldrons brimming with humanoid bones line the walls of this tomb, at the center of which stands an ancient chariot bearing a bronze sarcophagus with treasure strewn atop it. Paintings on the chariot's body show a tall bird with a long, sharp beak. On the south wall, a bronze shield bears the embossed image of a Cholton warrior carrying a spear. Below, an inscription that reads, "Bow before no one." 4 bronze statues stand on pedestals to either side of the shield. They depict Cholton warriors, one holding a sword, 2 with spears, and 1 missing its face. And I suppose just as we crack open this ancient tomb, I'm afraid that's where we're going to have to leave it for today.
All right.
Alrighty. We didn't die though.
I almost died. That's an achievement.
You got a little bit hurt. You're
A little bit hurt.
I
A
mean-
little bit singed, a tiny bit disintegrated.
Just 31 damage out of my 52. Like, sure, just a little
One of you
bit
will go
hurt.
touching things.
You could have taken 80 damage from that.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw a lot. There were a lot of ones in there
Yep.
in my roll.
Yep. Thank you for rolling low in comparison to what could have been. Well, Derek, as always, thank you so much for running this game for us. It's always a
No, you-
pleasure.
Thank you, Dirk.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for
Well,
playing,
well.
guys. I'm so happy that we got back into it. I was very, I couldn't wait. It was
Fancy.
too long a wait for me.
Yeah, been 2 weeks of not playing.
Fancy in my pants.
But you know, I'm gonna ask you the question: where can we find more of your awesomeness?
I can be found on the interwebs. If you have an internet-enabled computer and an America Online account and a modem, then you can fire up Internet Explorer and type into the browser twitch.tv/dirkydurk. I do video game streams on the Sunday afternoons. So I'm doing something called Somnium Files. Which is kind of like an anime detective murder mystery sort of thing.
Did
with
you
an
start that last
AI,
week?
Yeah,
How are you liking it?
it's cool so far. It's very different from the. It's by the developers of the Zero Time Dilemma and Nonary games, which I loved and were like crazy big plot twist, mental time travel games. But it's really different from that so far. It's kind of more linear. But it's still cool. There's a lot of really funny dialogue. It's cool having like an AI eye. That's kind of the hook of it. Yeah, it's fun. So gonna be getting back to that on Sunday, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, Phil,
Yo,
how you doing?
I'm doing alright, man. I finished painting all my poxwalkers.
You were streaming
painted
parts of
models.
it as well, right?
Yeah, I painted a fetid bloat drone, which is like it's like a drone, but it's been possessed by a demon of decay, plague demon. And what else did I paint? I painted some Blightlord Terminators as well. I accidentally picked the edgiest army in the world. They're called Death Guard, and they're all like, you know, there's a guy with a big scythe, and he's called Typhus. And there's a guy with a big axe, and he's called the Lord of Contagion. So it's pretty edgy. But I just thought, it's zombies in power armor. That's pretty metal. So
It is.
yeah, I've been doing that, and I've been learning some songs. I was learning some Mastodon songs, and Mastodon are mental. So that's been really fun as well. Playing on the Hello Kitty guitar. So I've been trying to stream as much as possible, but last week wasn't a go because I had other stuff. But I will be streaming next week, promise.
Okay. You know, speaking of streaming, I suppose. Oh my god, the bot is just
I'm
Say,
helping.
Do you ever have this kind of issues with your bot?
No.
Okay.
I don't think that I have.
I am surprised, but you know, what are you going to be doing today? Stuff.
I'm gonna be playing more Thief. I've been playing that on Fridays, and I'm going to also be breaking into a tomb and stealing an artifact. So it's very topical to what we're playing now, and there's going to probably be horrible undead curses in there and traps and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, we'll be doing that in about not quite half an hour. About a half hour though.
Yeah, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim, for being my boss
Also-
right now.
Also, I just finished Shadowrun Hong Kong, so that was fun. I beat that yesterday. So I'm looking forward to starting something new on Thursdays now.
Hell yeah. Alright. Well, there is only one person except me in this call left, right? Jelly?
Who, me?
Yes, you. Guess what?
My lord.
You are appreciated!
Thank you.
It sounded like you're casting a spell. Cast appreciation on Jelly.
I cast
Make a charisma
jelly
save.
appreciation!
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
it's always-
appreciate the appreciation.
I
But
appreciate
more
you
stream,
appreciating
more
appreciation.
streams coming, right? Soon.
Yeah, I mean, I was planning to get back into like streaming at least like once a week during the week and then on a Saturday. But the trouble is, my work is so hectic at the moment that I haven't got around to it. And when it gets to Saturday, I'm just like, do you know what? I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so I mean, hopefully in like a month or so when it's calmed down again, I will start regularly streaming again.
Awesome. I'm actually looking forward to that.
Thanks. Me too.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for everyone for spending time with us. If you would like to see more D&D, we're going to be coming back next week, same time, same place, 7 p.m. CST, right here. Twitch.tv/NoChickenLord. And if you would like to hear more of my voice, well, you can look at the schedule. But the next time is going to be early Tuesday. Well, let's get raiding. There is someone very special that I want to raid today, and that is Atomica, who's currently doing Twitch Sings.
Is he really?
Yes, he is
Excellent.
an awesome DM. So if you bring D&D topics into his chat, I'm sure he will appreciate it. But oh, look, the raid message works. Thank you, Derek. So let's go give him some love. Thank you everyone for watching. If you would like to let him know that you are part of this raid, please do copy the raid message or create a variation of your own. And we will talk to you, well, later. Next week, probably. Bye.
Bye. Brr, brr.